Welcome to the WHBC Sports AultCare YouTube Game of the Week. It's high school football on demand. Brought to you by SARTA, Friends and Family Credit Union, Massillon Cable, Altman Hospital, CKP Heating and Cooling, Sarchone Ford, the United States Air Force, and Old Carolina Barbecue. Let's join Frank Cilona, Billy Beebe, and our guest analysts for tonight's game.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Thom Benson Stadium here at Pro Football Hall of Fame Field and on the campus here of the Hall of Fame Village. And we've got a good one for you today. It is the 134th meeting between the greatest rivalry in all of high school football, and that is the McKinley Bulldogs and the Massillon Tigers. Alongside Coach Thom McDaniels, I'm Frank Cilona. So glad you're with us today. And Coach, you've been a part of a lot of these games, and just the atmosphere and everything that surrounds this day and this week and everything that happens up until this point, it is something that not only involves the students, the school, but the community and everything involved here. And today we put it all together right here at Thom Benson Stadium and talk about, you know, what this means not only to the kids but to the coaches and to the community.
Well, to be part of anything that's been around for 134 years, to be a part of something that has that long history and rich tradition at both places, it's a gift. And as players and as coaches, we have to respect it as such, and do whatever we can to perpetuate what's great about the rivalry, and do whatever we can to never, you know, bring shame or embarrassment to a competition between these two communities. You know, sometimes rivalries, you know, get sour, and we don't want that to ever happen here. I have high regard and great respect for them. I always felt like they felt the same about us when I was here during my time. But that's the way it ought to be. It's a lot of high regard, great respect, because without them, they're the other half of the greatest high school rivalry in the country today in high school football. And we, you know, without them, we couldn't have that, and without us, they couldn't have that. So it's up to the participants to bring honor and integrity to the game. Yeah,
McKinley comes into the ball game 7-2 overall. They're 5-1. They won the Federal League this year by virtue of a loss last night to Lake. They got beat by Green. That gives them the outright Federal League championship. So that is behind them now. This is season number 2, as both coaches will allude to. Season number 2 is the Massillon-McKinley-Massillon game, and this is what everybody is interested in today. After today, it's the playoffs, and that's season number 3.
Correct.
So take us through, if you will, as a coach, those 3 seasons.
We actually didn't break it down into 3 seasons. I think that I learned this from other people and figured a little bit of it out for myself. But every game was a season to us. I was never smart enough to prepare for more than one team at a time. So our focus was on, you know, week 1 during week 1, and week 1 came and went, and then we moved on to week 2. And I'm not trying to, you know, deliver cliches here, coaching cliches, but that's how I function best as a head coach, to put all my focus and all my energy and all my time into getting ready for that particular opponent. But more importantly, you know, fixing the things that we needed to fix internally within our own locker room, and you know, that's what the practice field was all about. But you know, as time passed by, we finally got to week 10. And somebody taught me this a long time ago. It's important to respect the game and the opponent, because it lets you play the same way all the time. And so I was not one of those people that thought of games in terms of, well, that was a big game. Well, if week 7 was a big game, what's week 8? And what was week 6? I was never that believer. So, you know, when we got to this week, we invested everything we had, just like hopefully we had done the previous 9 weeks, in order to get the outcome we wanted.
Absolutely. A lot of excitement all day long, all week long, and a lot of excitement as we look down on the field right now. And let's bring in the 3rd member of our team, Billy Beebe, who's down on the field right now. And Billy, we'll bring you in on this. Obviously, there's got to be a little chill in the air and a little excitement in the air as well.
We're in the low 50s here, guys, with a little bit of wind down on the field. Not too much coming in, but it's brisk. You can definitely feel that chill. And this is an exciting matchup, right? We were up early today over at the Play Action Plaza, so we're ready to go for actual game time, get the game going. And it's weird to think it's been such a long week that this game is actually ready to go. Glad to have it live on YouTube. I think that's such a great thing this year that we could bring that to people's homes. So excited to do that, and what a matchup we have. I think records before, games last year, what's coming next, it all goes out the window. It's all about today.
Billy, there is a difference between low 50s and high 50s. Am I correct then?
I'll tell you, I'm feeling the low 50s right now, and I'd agree with you, Coach, definitely.
All right, Billy, thank you. We'll be checking in with Billy all game long. And, Coach, we had a chance to sit down, and we're going to take a break here. When we come back, Billy Beebe had a chance to sit down with both coaches and get their side of the story, if you will, of what happens all week long here in preparation for this game. You're listening and watching the YouTube Game of the Week presented by AultCare. We'll be back right after this.
At AultCare, we care about your well-being and the importance of being well. You deserve access to the best in healthcare. With over 16,000 providers in network, AultCare makes it easy for you to find a local provider you can trust. Our services are focused entirely on you. AultCare's team of local physicians, nurses, dietitians, pharmacists, and more are available to help you navigate the healthcare system to receive the quality care you deserve. We take your healthcare personally because you matter.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
Get your day started with Pam Cook. She's like your own personal smartphone, and she's fully charged. We're hands-free, news and information. 1480 WHBC.
Billy Beebe here with head coach Nate Moore of the Massillon Tigers in what is a very busy week for the coach during rivalry week against McKinley. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for being here.
Now, I know it is a busy week. Guide us through what you're doing Monday to Saturday.
Boy. So Monday, we have practice, obviously, and then we have we do a show called Tiger Talk at 6 o'clock after practice, and then we do our booster club meeting at 7 o'clock Monday night. It's a kind of a special booster club meeting with band and cheerleaders and all that. And then today I have several of these set up, which is fun. We have our touchdown club, which is similar to the booster club, but meets during the day. And it's similar. It'll be a bigger version with the band and the cheerleaders and whatnot. And both of those, all of our seniors come and talk. And then Wednesday practice followed by the freshman game. Usually that game's on Thursday, but it's on Wednesday this week. And then later tonight we have a big endowment fund event tonight.
Very exciting.
At the Stonehouse in Massillon. Then after Wednesday, things slow down a little bit. Things are slow Wednesday during the day. No, that's not true. We have the breakfast, the Massillon McKinley breakfast Wednesday morning. We have the mayor's lunch Wednesday during the day. Thursday's slower. Thursday's pretty easy. And then Friday things pick up again with the Rotary Club meeting, followed by our pep rally, practice, and then we'll have our team meal after practice with a guest speaker, and then we have the Beat McKinley parade Friday night, and then Saturday morning we have an 8 o'clock report. team breakfast. We have a prayer service over at St. Timothy's. That's right, St. Paul's. One of the saints.
Okay.
One of the churches in town. And then we have then we play the game. And we have our game.
Well, I know we all know you have a busy week. I don't know if we could have guessed it was that busy, Coach, but adding to the fun, you guys are sitting undefeated right now. You beat St. Ed's for the second time in a row. You've got a quarterback breaking school records. What have you enjoyed most about this season football-wise?
I mean, I don't really look at it as enjoyment, really. We're just one foot in front of the other. Just want to punch the clock every day. We want to be about our preparation. We enjoy the wins, obviously. Winning is hard, and so we enjoy it. But that's short-lived. It's back to work and preparation for the next week.
I'm sure I can guess one of them, but before the season, did you set certain goals for this team?
No, we don't have goals like that. Our goal is to get better every day. Is to work as hard as we can every day, prepare as hard as we can every day. And if we maximize our abilities, if we become the best team that we can be, and it starts with individuals becoming the best players that they can be. If we do that, then whatever outcomes are going to happen are going to happen. We're not outcome focused. We're very process oriented, and so.
Who are the names making a difference on this team right now? Who should we know heading into this game?
I mean, there's a lot of guys that are playing really good football. The thing that we want to do is play really, really good team football. We want to play great defense. We want to run the football. We want to hit. We want to do our job. Be focused on doing our job, no matter what that is. And offensively, we want to grind up front. We want to make plays from the skill positions, and that's really our concern, to just play really good team football.
Let's talk about McKinley a little bit. What do you think about the matchup? What do you think about their team this year? What should we look for on Saturday?
I think they have a great team. They have great size and length everywhere, really. They're big up front on both sides of the ball. They're physical, very skilled. They've got a really good quarterback who's really experienced. They've got some really good receivers. They're very active on the defensive line. They're an excellent team.
All right, let's get to know Coach Nate Moore a little bit better. We have our coaches banquet to start the year every year. I always notice that the coaches thank their wives, they thank their family. How does your family help make you a better coach?
I mean, my wife Becca she's the rock of our family. There's no doubt about that. And from running our kids around to the different practices they have, to staying organized with all those things, to supporting me at the different things and events that I have to go to. And so she's rock solid with that. And there's something that's different about being a father. And when you have kids of your own, you look at the other people's kids that you're coaching differently. From the time when I was single or married with no kids to after you have kids, that really changes you. And so my kids are obviously hugely important to me. And Eli is actually a player on our team. Mm-hmm. And he's a sophomore, and Ella's 12 now, and she's an athlete as well. And so you want to see your kids be successful. And they definitely make me a better person. I think that probably carries over into the approach with our kids in our program.
Great answer there, Coach. Love to hear that. Looking back in the past, who influenced you to become a football coach?
When I was at the University of Dayton, and I played college football, and I was in the education program, but I never really thought specifically about being a coach. When I was done playing, I remember cleaning out my locker and walking out of the locker room for the last time and thinking, I don't know if I'm ready for this to be done. And that was the first time I started thinking about coaching. And then the guy that gave me my first job is Jim Place, who's born and raised in Massillon. It's funny how things work out like that. But so Jim hired me at Chaminade Julian High School in Dayton, and it was coaching for Jim Place when I found out the impact that a coach can have on his kids. I feel like I had a really good high school coach, but there's something different about how Coach Place operated and the connection that he had with his kids and his football team, and that's what really got me hooked into this business.
Here's a question I'm not sure if you've ever thought about. If you weren't coaching football, what do you think you'd be doing?
I'm gonna be a lawyer.
Really? Good at arguing?
I don't know about that, but I think that I think I have a strong sense of justice, and I'm passionate about, and I do think I'm good at connecting the dots and maybe formulating arguments. I think I would be a pretty good trial lawyer. It's hard to say when you've not gone out there and done it. But I think that it would be something that I would enjoy and something that I would be passionate about.
Great answer. We'll look for Nate Moore, attorney at law, one day. All right, Coach, let's wrap up with a little bit of fun. Don't overthink these answers, just this or that. NFL or college football?
College football.
Waffles or pancakes?
Neither.
Neither. Not a breakfast guy.
Oh, breakfast, yes. Not waffles or pancakes.
All right, interesting. Wings or burgers?
Wings.
Action movie or comedy movie?
Comedy.
Would you rather be in the weight room or the film room?
Weight room.
All right, our afternoon drive show. Are you going Kenny or JT?
Neither.
Neither. Halloween or Christmas?
Halloween.
All right. Since you've been such a good sport, Coach, I'll give you an easy one to finish here. Tigers or Bulldogs?
Massillon Tigers to the grave.
You heard it here. Coach Nate Moore, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Let's light up the town on November 30th. Enter for your chance to win a Sarda Holiday Lights Night on the town. To celebrate our 25th anniversary, we'll treat 25 winners to an evening of fun, food, and festivities in downtown Canton. Free bus transportation, $100 at a local restaurant, plus free Sarda merch. Enter at sardalights.com. All part of Sarda 25. Happy Sardaversary.
Are you looking for something different? At Friends and Family Credit Union, our success is defined by you. Our goal is to improve your financial needs and better your lifestyle. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. Our friendly staff is fully committed to serving over 11,000 of its members.
What are you waiting for? Stop into one of our locations today and become a friend of the family.
Billy Beebe here with Antonio Hall, head coach of the McKinley Bulldogs. Coach, thanks for the time today.
Welcome. Always a pleasure.
It's rivalry week. I'm sure you're very busy, but walk us through some highlights of the week for you.
Well, it's all about preparation for me. I mean, we have to manage to do all the community events, which we're very appreciative for, but understanding that that's not for us. So we have to be able to compartmentalize all that, still focus on the task at hand to get better this week.
You and I talked in the preseason, and you had a strong emphasis on you guys needed to start hot, start well. I feel like you guys did that. How much did that mean to your team?
I think a great deal, especially the past 2 years, starting 2-2 and 0-4. So being able to get started off on the right foot, getting that first win of the season, week 1, get that momentum going, I think that was huge for this club.
Walk us through some names to know for Saturday, seniors, captains, guys making a difference right now.
Yeah, captain, quarterback, and kicker Keaton Rohde, Alex Vasquez, safety, wide receiver, Dante McClellan, outside linebacker, wide receiver, Caleb Edwards, left guard. Those are our captains, playmakers for us. We have a few. The guys I just mentioned, also Nino Hill, our running back, Steph Thomas, our running back. Keith Quincy is becoming a utility knife for us. He's our wide receiver, our safety. He also does our punts. He's averaging about 40 yards a punt. So we have a few guys. And then defensively, Shakir Hatcher, our middle linebackers, coming on big this year. Kayvon McNeil, I think, has 9 or 10 sacks. So we have some playmakers on both sides of the ball.
All right, let's talk about the matchup, Coach. Saturday against Massillon, what's it going to take to beat the Tigers?
I mean, we have to play a very disciplined and damn near perfect game. This is probably the best Massillon team I've seen so far. I think they have the best defensive box that I've seen in the state. Their front seven, something special. Their quarterback, obviously something special. So we have to just play our game, play physical, and do our job better than they do theirs.
All right, let's get to know Antonio Hall a little bit better.
Okay.
Our coaches banquet to start the year. All the coaches do this. You did it. Thank your family. How does family help make you a better head coach?
Oh, that's where it all starts. I mean, there's nothing more important to me than being a dad. And so the fact that I have 3 sons, my 2 oldest are playing football. My 2-year-old, he's now coming to the games. He sat there, watches football with me all day. He's all about it, so I know what path he's going to be on. The fact, all my brothers played football. Family's everything to me. That's my root. That's my foundation.
Looking back in the past, who inspired you to be a football coach?
Honestly, a lot of people, but I never thought this was going to be my path. I remember my offensive line coach when I played for the Calgary Stampeders up in Canada. We went to lunch, and he asked me if I ever thought about coaching because he thought I'd be good at it, and I told him hell no because I have a problem with authority. So I never thought I'd be sitting here, man. But it's funny how God works. But I've had great mentors, Coach McDaniels, Coach Guy Morris, who just passed away last year, was my college coach, and those men just put so much into me. Dr. William Knuckles, who's one of my mentors, just so many life lessons. It's like, I've been so privileged to get all this wisdom. I have to give it back, and there's no place better to give it back to my community.
If you weren't coaching football, what do you think you'd be doing?
In athletics somewhere. I was the athletic director before I slid into this role. On that crazy course, but definitely somewhere in athletics. working with young people, working for young people. I mean, my whole thing is growing, developing, the social science of what it takes to be a successful young man or young woman. And so that's my passion, is to help people get to where they want to be in life. So somewhere along that course.
I will say, Coach Moore said he thought he'd be a lawyer. I was
could see
hoping
that.
you'd say lawyer.
I think we can battle in the
Be one
courtroom.
hell of a courtroom. I really think so.
It's funny because a lot of people said I should be a judge growing up. They said,
Okay.
But yeah, too much school. Too much school.
All right, Coach, we're going to play this or that.
Okay.
Don't overthink it. I'm going to give you two things you pick, all right?
Okay.
College football or NFL?
College, hands down.
That's good. Waffles or pancakes?
Plain pancakes?
Oh, no, you can put stuff on it.
Oh, well, then pancakes.
Okay, easy enough. Wings or burgers?
Wings.
Okay. Action movie or comedy movie?
Comedy.
All right, you know our afternoon drive show.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny or JT?
I mean, I got to go JT.
Okay.
He's a bulldog.
Fair enough. Good pick. Would you rather be in the weight room or the film room?
For myself or for the players?
We'll say for you.
Weight room.
All right, I like the answer there. Halloween or Christmas?
Ooh, Halloween.
Because you've been such a good sport, I'm going to give you an easy one to finish here. Tigers or Bulldogs?
Bulldogs.
There you have it. Coach Antonio Hall, thanks for the time today.
Yes, sir.
It's all good at Loby's Irish Pub and Grill. Good friends, good atmosphere, good food, good service, good spirits, good times. It's always all good at Loby's Irish Pub and Grill in the Irish Square Plaza near the corner of Hills and Dales and Wales Road, across from the Progressive dealerships.
Kenny and JT.
Can you lose one game and still play for a national championship? Yes.
No, not necessarily. You cannot lose a game in your division of the Big Ten.
He's got an opinion, and he has got an opinion. The Kenny and JT Show. Weekdays between 3 and 7 on WHBC.
At AultCare, we care about your well-being and the importance of being well. You deserve access to the best in healthcare. With over 16,000 providers in network, AultCare makes it easy for you to find a local provider you can trust. Our services are focused entirely on you. AultCare's team of local physicians, nurses, dietitians, pharmacists, and more are available to help you navigate the healthcare system to receive the quality care you deserve. We take your healthcare personally because you matter.
Around here, we like to cheer for the local team, and MCTV is here to connect you to the game. MCTV provides reliable high-speed internet and Wi-Fi. From checking scores online, to streaming games or watching replays, or even playing the game yourself, we've got the speed you need. Call today to add or upgrade internet service. We're connecting what matters most. MCTV. We go the extra smile.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Mix 94.1.
The most music and the most fun in the morning.
Dave and Jimmy. Weekday morning, 6 till 10. Canton's Mix 94.1.
We provide both service like preventative maintenance on your local residential house. We provide custom ductwork. We do residential and commercial HVAC, and we do refrigeration for restaurants, for gas stations. We can fix your furnace, or we can fix your rooftop at your place of business. And you want someone that's experienced and done it all to make sure your home is comfortable and the temperature you like it.
Yeah, I am ready.
And welcome back here to Thom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Frank Cilona, Tom McDaniels, Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries. We're all here today for the 134th meeting between the Massillon Tigers and the McKinley Bulldogs. Glad you're with us this afternoon. What should be a great ball game, as it is every year. And Coach, the excitement now. Both teams are on the field, and as a former coach, I mean, you've got them ready, right? You got to turn it over to them right now, don't you?
That's exactly right. The game is played by kids, young men, and we assist and help as much as we can, but they have the privilege of playing in the game, and they will decide the outcome.
Well, the McKinley Bulldogs will receive the opening kick. Massillon did win the toss. They deferred to the second half. And while we get a minute here, we'll send it down on the field. It is our Friends and Family Credit Union sideline report. Check in with our guy down there, Billy Beebe. Billy.
Guys, they might have had some sort of issue with the national anthem, unless I missed it here. But while they were waiting, the Tiger fans, of course, went with the TIG, started chanting the ERS, and then back on the other side, McKinley fans started getting the barking going. So that might have replaced it nicely to get this thing rolling.
All righty, well, they are fired up in the stands, and folks are still trying to get in the gates here. Starting to fill up on the north stadium side. That is the Tiger fans, and below us, the McKinley fans in the red and black and orange across the way. So both fans are starting to settle in a little bit, and we are settled in here high above Thom Benson Stadium, and glad you're with us today for this incredible, Tom, the greatest rivalry in high school sports?
Well, I think it is in high school football for certain. I don't know one that has more years, to justify it. Privileged to be part of this game. Hope everybody participating feels that way about it.
Vinny Keller has it teed up for the Tigers, and we are underway here in the 134th meeting between the Tigers and the Bulldogs. There's a fumble on the kickoff, and it is recovered by the Bulldogs. Mishandled there, and luckily the Bulldogs jumped on it.
One of my thoughts. One of my thoughts about the game was that Canton McKinley cannot be mediocre at best on special teams, and they've had a tendency to do that. And they need to be penalty-free and turnover-free in the kicking game, and if they can get a big play out of it, that would help their cause also. But that's not a very good way to begin the game.
Bulldogs will come out on offense, and their quarterback, Keaton Rohde, the senior, he will lead the Bulldogs. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. Rohde going to tuck it and run. He's going to lose a couple yards. Let's take a look now at the starting lineup for the Bulldogs. The CKP Heating and Cooling starting lineups for the Bulldogs looks like this. Early, Mack, Krieger, Gardner, and Edwards across the front. Rohde is the quarterback. Ferguson and Nino Hill are the running backs. The wide receivers, McClellan, Harris, and Quincy.
On that play, it was supposed to be a catch, set, throw, a quick throw. Back in the day, under center would be 3-step. That's a 1-step drop. He didn't feel good about his target and scrambled to try to get something out of nothing.
McClellan on that end around there slips, and he got back maybe to the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 3rd down and long. Let's take a look at that Massillon defense. The Tigers are going to go with Bond, Wright Jr., and Card across the front. Pringle, he's a good one. Fair, Clark, and McConnell are the linebackers, and the DBs are Vaughn, Liebler, Page, and Hackenbrack.
McKinley in an empty set on this 3rd and long situation.
Rohde can't find a receiver and is going to go down for another loss. So Keaton Rohde that time just could not find anybody, and the Tiger defense gets him.
When you're in 3rd and long, your receivers have to run longer routes so that on the catch they have the 1st down. Longer routes require longer and more protection. He didn't get the protection that he needed, and he was forced to pull it down and get what he could. But they're punting from 4th and 15 or 16 now, so they went backwards on that possession, unfortunately.
Keith Quincy is going to punt it away for the Bulldogs. Tigers should get good field position. Oh, we got a fake there, almost a fake, I should say, and he had to sidestep a rusher.
We got a flag too.
And that one's going to die right at the 45-yard line. So the Tigers going to have good field position to start their first drive. And let's take a look at the penalty flag.
I think he double clutched that punt attempt because he felt some pressure and felt like there was a Tiger in a position to perhaps block it.
Going to call procedure penalty on McKinley, but they have declined it.
Certainly.
So Massillon will start at the McKinley 45-yard line. Just underway here from Thom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Beautiful facility here on the campus of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the Hall of Fame Village. As we get a view from up top here, we see Interstate 77 to our right and all the wonderful things happening here at the Village.
One of the things that I also feel about the game is that McKinley has to survive the onslaught at the game's beginning. They got to make the game be decided in the fourth quarter. So they've got to survive, this good field position that Massillon has at this moment.
Yep.
Try to get a 3-and-out and get the ball back on offense, but they've got to survive the onslaught that Massillon is certainly going to provide them here at the beginning of the game.
They're going to mark this at the 36-yard line. They're going to add on that penalty. Here is a throw down the field, has a receiver, touchdown. Wow, just like that, the Massillon Tigers, DeJuan Owens and Braylon Tolles connect for the score. And now we've got a flag comes down late.
It's a post-play flag. Suggests perhaps some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct.
Let's see here if we get a call.
The touchdown counts after the play. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 92, White. That penalty is assessed on the kickoff.
So,
taunting,
unsportsmanlike, yeah. Yep.
It was a simple post play, and there was a corner running with the receiver, and McKinley had a safety that did not have a guy to defend and could have been in a position to help defend the post throw, but ball was well thrown, the route was well run, and they executed it like they've done it 1,000 times, and so they've got an early lead.
Got a penalty assessed on the extra point here. Got a procedure penalty, going to move them back 5 yards. So Vinny Keller, a 25-yard extra point now. And now we've got another whistle. Another movement. It's going to be a 30-yarder. A couple of Tigers
you got
arguing amongst themselves right now.
You got one Tiger that's very upset, and they're going to take him out of the game and give him a chance to cool off a little bit. Well, got a sub in for him.
Football is an emotional sport, and sometimes you take it out on your teammate too.
It's the fourth penalty in the game.
Yeah.
Massillon's run one play, and McKinley was 3-and-out.
So now Vinny is going to try a 30-yard extra point. You got to be kidding me. I don't know if I've ever seen this before.
Prior to the snap, McKinley's frontline defenders were moving and jumping around and trying to incite some movement from the Tigers' field goal front blocking unit, and they did in fact incite it. I think they've done it twice in a row. I think that those were the last two penalties of the 5 that we've had so far.
All right, now it's a 35-yard extra point. See if Vinny can get this one through. And that one is long enough And it is no good. He pulled it to the left, so you never know, Coach. Those things might come back to haunt you. 9:40 to go here in the first quarter. Tigers strike first. 6-0. We'll be back.
At Friends and Family Credit Union, you, the members, are the owners. Our friendly staff serves over 11,000 members, assisting with their financial needs and bettering their lifestyles.
Hi, I'm Gina, President and CEO of Friends and Family Credit Union, where we provide loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County.
Are you looking for something different? Stop in today to become a friend of the family.
And welcome back here to Thom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium as the Massillon Tigers strike first. Tom McDaniels has our scoring drive, brought to you by Sarda.
Yes, took Massillon one play and 7 seconds to cover 36 yards on a pass from Owens to Tolles. 36 yards, touchdown pass. The extra point, multiple penalties called during the extra point try, and a penalty on the kickoff, apparently for a taunting penalty called against Massillon. So we've got special teams drama at game's beginning.
Yeah, is it 5 penalties, Bob, so far? I think so. 4 on the last. Wow. So the Tigers going to kick off from their 25. It's going to be a short kick taken at about the 23-yard line. And still on his feet, but finally brought down was Shakir Hatcher. So the Bulldogs will go back to their second possession of the drive, or of the first half here.
The touchdown.
Nothing unexpected on that special teams play. I'm happy to report.
Wi-Fi off. All right. Yeah, try texting it.
Kenny's going to set up shop on about the 36-yard line.
Look at the pros right there. Look at the pros right there.
McKinley with 2 receivers to the field and 2 to the boundary.
9:35 here in the first quarter. Rhodey, that time, hands it off to Hill, and Hill has some running room across the 42 to the 45, out to the 46-yard line. And that'll be a first down for the Bulldogs.
Good play choice. Massillon's playing a 3-man front. And one of the things that football school taught us was to find out whether 3 guys can defend the run game.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's linebackers the second level behind them, but only 3 guys on the on level 1 of the defense for Massillon.
Got a equipment timeout right now. I think one of the Bulldogs. He's ready to go now.
Got to double knot those shoes,
big
right?
Guy, big guy up front there. Got to get his traction. That's Grieger.
McKinley showing a constricted front. Twins right, twins left, in a bunch set, both sides.
Rhodey. We give it to Hill, and Hill's going to bounce it out. Can he get the corner? No. Nice defensive play there by number 10 for the Tigers. That's Zach Liebler. And Liebler coming up from that cornerback position, coach, did a nice job, open field tackle.
Yeah, it'd be difficult all day long to try to run the ball inside and bounce it outside and be effective against the kind of speed that Massillon has on defense.
Yep. See there on our MCTV replay. So the Bulldogs now second down and 10. Rhodey with time.
Yep.
Has a man. That's Harris, Xavier Harris. And he's close to the first down. Let's see. I think he's got it.
Given time, he's accurate enough to make a difference. Good throw, great protection, nice catch. McKinley first down.
Our wonderful mayor of Canton just popped in. Coach, or Mayor, we'll see you at halftime. We'll have you and Kathy on. Absolutely. Thank you. 8:05 to go here, first quarter. And the Bulldogs on the move now. Going to go trips on the near side. And a fumble with the snap, and the Tigers look like they jumped on it. They have a turnover, and Massillon has it in pretty good field position again.
In the first possession that McKinley had, they had a little difficulty making an exchange between the quarterback and the running back. That's the second one of those today. I'm not sure whether Rhodey intended to give him the ball or whether it was a fake and he was trying to pull the ball out of his belly. Nevertheless, the ball ended up on the ground. A nice play ended, and Massillon now starts with pretty good field position again on the 49.
We'll set that Tiger offensive lineup here after this play. DeJuan Owens is the quarterback. He has got some trouble there on the left side. Good pursuit by the Bulldogs that time. Coach coming up and making the play. Good defensive stand there. As we take a look at the Tigers offensive lineup, brought to you by CKP Heating and Cooling. You see Jones, Looney, Capes, Davenport, and Snodgrass across the front. Owens is the quarterback. Mitchell and Pringle in the backfield, and the tight end is Bond. The wide receivers, Tolles, Carter, Gamble, and Wiggins. And a man in motion, going to get him the football. And nice job again defensively by the Tigers.
On first down, DeJuan Owens tried to run the ball inside, bounced it outside, and he's going to have a long day attempting to do that with McKinley's speed on defense. They were able to prevent him from getting outside on the edge, and we're now looking at third down and long for the Tigers.
The McKinley defense, Garner, Miner, and Foster up front. Hatcher, Chance, McClellan, and Jadis Jackson are the linebackers. McElroy, Quincy, and Vasquez, and McClellan are the DBs.
Quarterback draw.
There's Owens, and Owens takes it to about the 40-yard line of McKinley.
Third and long, McKinley's playing coverage with the three-man front, dropping 8, rushing with 3. Good call. That down and distance situation by Massillon.
We get a chance here. We'll send it downstairs to our guy, Billy Beebe. DeJuan Owens going to turn. Nope, he's going to fake it and keep it this time. He's got running room all the way up until the 20, make it the 19-yard line of the McKinley Bulldogs. And that time, Coach, is that a read the whole way, I guess, when you see something like that?
No, that wasn't, and the play prior to it wasn't. Those were both designed runs, by Massillon, by the quarterback. The first had a draw element to it. That was like QB ISO.
Okay. Owens this time going to hand it off, and not going anywhere is Jameer Gamble. Good defensive play that time. Bulldogs coming up, making a stop. Vasquez is up there as well.
Yeah. Bulldogs were in a 4-man front that time, and they'd been in a 3-man front prior to that. Adding an extra defender at the line of scrimmage to stop that successful, so far, run game by the Tigers.
Clock continues to roll here, first quarter. Owens has some pressure, throws, got the man, but boy, right on the spot was Quincy. And Keith Quincy stopped everything as Zimmerman made the catch, but Quincy was right there.
Well, and Owens was under duress. It was actually a nice throw by him with a defender on his heels, and an excellent play by Quincy to stop it for little or no gain.
After this play, we'll send it down to Billy. Check in down on the field. Trips on the near side. 3rd down and 7 for the Tigers. Here's Owens going to keep it, and this time he's going to be short of the 1st down. So nice job there defensively by the Bulldogs. Let's send it down. Billy Beebe down on the sidelines, brought to you by our friends at Friends and Family Credit Union.
Well, guys, you may notice something different on the Massillon center's helmet. That is a Guardian cap. Players are elected and allowed to play with one on. Made popular last year by the NFL. Now in high school, some of the players wearing them. Massillon, that's an every game thing for the center.
And Billy, speaking of helmets, the Bulldogs with the different look today. From up here, it kind of looks like a Buckeye helmet down there, a little gray. And
looks that way here too, I noticed, yeah.
Here's a throw into the end zone and out of bounds. Good defense there, Coach.
Nice catch, but to no avail. Caught out of bounds.
So the Bulldogs will get the football back on downs. Their defense steps it up. See the replay there on our MCTV replay, and just about a yard or so out of bounds that time, making the catch was Tolles. So what does McKinley need to do here, Coach? Obviously the fumble really hurt them after they had a good drive going.
Well, that's a good stand, you know, for McKinley there. That's the first play of what they hope can be a meaningful possession, to keep them out of the end zone, to not let them score after a turnover.
Rhodey. That is Hill, and Hill will pick up a few. See where they mark it. Maybe just about a yard. You're watching the AultCare YouTube Game of the Week. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Catch all of our games here on YouTube. Today we are live from Thom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium here on the campus of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And a nice catch that time by Keith Quincy. And Quincy trying to stretch for the 1st down, but he was pretty well short.
Yep. Keaton Rhodey was in an empty set. Quarterback's in an empty set. It's either got to be a throw or it's going to be a quarterback run. That was a catch set, well-thrown ball, an outcut. Gives them a 3rd and manageable situation to deal with here. 3rd and maybe 2.
Yep. Scoreboard says 3, but pretty close. Rhodey going to put Hill in motion this time. Good time. Plenty of time for Rhodey. Now he's going to tuck and run. Going to pick up the 1st down and got out of bounds. And now we've got another flag. Oh, boy. Those are all frustration and emotion penalties right now, Coach.
I thought that block looked clean.
Yeah, Billy, you're right down there. What are they saying? I don't know if you can listen in there at all.
Well, Coach Hall's talking with Nino Hill right now, so he may agree with the refs and trying to break it down for him what happened.
Let's hear what the call is.
Gave him a pat on the head. I think he's...
Blindside block.
Oh, a blindside block.
And unsportsmanlike.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if the replay will let us see that or not. That'd be helpful.
I thought the Massillon defender was climbing up, going for the tackle when
There it
Hill
is.
blocked him.
Here you go, Coach. We can take a look at it here on our MCTV replay. Rhodey had plenty of time.
Yep. Yep. I'm looking for it.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure that that's a legit penalty either.
Kind of just turned into him.
The Bulldog player had his position, and the defender ran to him.
Yeah.
There was going to be a collision, whoever initiated it.
Keep you updated on the Buckeyes. Buckeyes lead 10-6, third quarter down in Columbus. Here's Hill. Hill gets it to about the 7-yard line. So brings up 3rd and long.
Right now on these runs, Frank, when Hill gets that outside, if he doesn't break that first one, where they're getting him at the ankle or the feet, the rest of that Massillon defense is coming. So that's going to be key if Nino Hill can get off that first tackle.
Yeah. I misspoke. It is 4th down for McKinley, and Keith Quincy will have to kick it away. And this is kind of deja vu. It's about the same spot he was last time. He had to punt it out of the end zone.
He double clutched that one. We'll see whether relatively little pressure or no pressure from Massillon.
Fair catch called for and taken at about the 38-yard line. So Massillon has had great field position on all 3 of their drives so far here today. So the Tigers will start at the McKinley 38-yard line.
Yeah, McKinley's fortunate to have only given up 1 score. First possession, 1 pass, post, touchdown. Second possession featured DeJuan Owens as the primary ball carrier. McKinley was able to thwart that, force Massillon to turn the ball over on downs.
Owens going to fire it left side, has a man wide open, and a nice catch that time as Jaquez Carter.
He had twins to the left. The inside twin is going to block for the outside twin. The outside twin is just going to present his numbers to the quarterback, take it from center, get it out to him as quickly as can, and force McKinley to make a tackle on an athlete in space. Most teams in spread sets are running that play.
2nd down and 3 for the Tigers. Owens going to throw, wide receiver screen, and nice job there, busting it up. Coming up and making the stop is Jordan McElroy for the McKinley Bulldogs.
Variation of the same play, this time to the wide side of the field and this time to trips. Massillon blockers for the receiver who got the ball. Didn't do as good a job of providing him with blocking, and it's a negative play. Nice defense by the Bulldogs.
3rd down and 3 now for Massillon. Going to go 2 receivers in the pattern, 1 near side, 1 far side. Going to send 1 in motion, and this time a handoff going nowhere.
Yep.
Jameer Gamble got swallowed up right there at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play by McKinley.
Number 54, Dior Garner. Great penetration.
Shakir Hatcher called his name a couple times already today. Probably call that a lot more. Dante McClellan getting the fans wild up a little bit.
Yep.
And Massillon on 4th and 5 will go for it. And a catch made and a 1st down gained by Braylon Tolles.
Simple hitch pattern. The receiver runs out 5 or 6 steps. 4th and 5. That gets him deep enough beyond the line to gain. Ball's delivered on time. And sometimes football's not as complex or as difficult as we make it out to be. That's a simple way to get a 1st down.
Clock winding down here in the 1st quarter. Under 30 seconds. Owens keeps running room again. A nice job there by DeJuan Owens.
What DeJuan does on that is he fakes to the back, but the play is blocked for DeJuan. Mm-hmm. So the back moving left to right is just a diversion.
Yeah.
But the blocking scheme is set to block for the quarterback designed run.
All right, we have played 1 here from Thom Benson and the Massillon Tigers with a 6-point lead. We'll be back right after this.
Around here, Pizza night is serious business.
Hey, did you say pizza? It better be good.
Well, then it better be Krause's Pizza. Das good.
You said Krause's Pizza. Das good.
Yes, Krause's Pizza. And we'll get the original pizza.
Get the original pizza topper too, okay?
All right. We'll get a large pizza with sausage, peppers, and a topper. Roasted chicken and JoJo's and
wings. Wings. Get a lot of wings, okay?
Okay. When it better be good, it better be Krause's Pizza. Das good.
Around here, we like to cheer for the local team, and MCTV is here to connect you to the game. MCTV provides reliable high-speed internet and Wi-Fi. From checking scores online, to streaming games or watching replays, or even playing the game yourself, we've got the speed you need. Call today to add or upgrade internet service. We're connecting what matters most. MCTV. We go the extra mile.
Welcome back here to Thom Benson Stadium at Pro Football Hall of Fame Field, and wonderful views up here from the top of the stadium as we look down on the village and all the things happening here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame Village and the stadium and everything that's going on around this area. And it is a sight to behold, Coach. As
it is.
The old days of Fawcett Stadium. I still sometimes call it Fawcett Stadium, but things have changed.
Well, I'll forever think of it that way. I'm especially nostalgic when it comes to that stadium.
I know you are.
You know, the memories that I experienced is part of that facility. They're mine forever.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Tom McDaniels, former head coach here at Canton. McKinley, our color analyst, and Billy Beebe down on the field. Frank Cilona with you here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. And where else would you rather be, Coach, as Marv Levy used to say, than right here, right now, right?
Yep.
This is a game, I know you've probably been asked a million times about the memories of this particular game, and I know you and I were on the radio earlier this morning and talking with Billy and things like that, and I know that you probably have more memories of this game than you can even imagine.
Yeah, there's a book I'm supposed to write about that someday.
There you go.
Working on it.
There you go. So, as we start quarter number 2, the Tigers.
Yeah, Massillon showing a 2-back set, and one of them is a full-back type body. First time I think we've seen this today. It's a lead play.
Yep, Pringle has it, and Pringle is going to put it into the end zone from 18 yards out.
Yep. Again, I think it's the first time I've seen 2 backs in the backfield, not counting the quarterback. And it was a simple lead play to the left, whether they blocked it as power or ISO, not certain until we get a replay. Yeah, that's just power.
Yeah. So a great job there by Dorian Pringle, 18-yard run for the score, and the Tigers
going to try to make up for that missed extra point.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2.
Yep. I don't think you should chase that missed extra point.
A little early, isn't it?
Early, that's just me. You're going to have to do it at some point in time, but I don't know that I do it early.
Michael Wright Jr. is in the backfield. He's number 45 there. You see him with his hands on his knees. He is 5'10", 280 pounds, and he'll be blocking and heading away, I would think, here.
That's got lead blocker written all over it.
You don't think he's going to get the ball?
Well, I would be shocked.
So, not sure what the timeout is.
They got 2 good-sized backs because Pringle's the other one.
Yeah, he's pretty big, too, 215. So, Owens. Oh, he gives it to the big guy.
He does.
And Wright takes it into the end zone. So,
without much resistance.
Not much at all. Michael Wright Jr. with the 2-point conversion.
Yeah. And I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So the Bulldogs now trail by a score of 14-0. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them.
Around here, Pizza night is serious business.
Hey, did you say pizza? It better be good.
Well, then it better be Krause's Pizza. Das good.
You said Krause's Pizza. Das good.
Yes, Krause's Pizza. And we'll get the original pizza.
Get the original pizza topper too, okay?
All right, we'll get a large pizza with sausage, peppers, and a topper. Roasted chicken and JoJo's and
wings. Wings. Get a lot of wings, okay?
Okay. When it better be good, it better be Krause's Pizza. Das good.
Back here at Thom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, Frank Cilona, Coach Thom McDaniels, Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries, all with you here as the Bulldogs now trail. They'll receive the football 14-0. Coach, you've got that scoring drive for Massillon.
Yeah, Massillon beneficiaries of great field position. They traversed 39 yards of real estate in 6 plays. Time of possession took them to do it was 2 minutes 20 seconds. An 18-yard TD run by Pringle. 2-point conversion run was also successful. Massillon now with a 14-0 lead over McKinley.
Vinny Kelly going to set it up and kick it away. And he got the onside kick, and they got it. Coach, that adds insult to injury right there as the Tigers now with a 14-0 lead get the ball back.
Well, one of the things that I talked about prior to this moment was that they can't be mediocre at best on special teams. They got to play penalty-free and turnover-free. But it has not been a good special teams day for McKinley through the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter.
So the Tigers now at the 49-yard line of McKinley. And they're trying to put an exclamation point here on this lead. Owens, plenty of time. Now he runs out of time, but he gets out of it. And this one is going to be thrown out of bounds. Caught by Tolles, but he was out of bounds. Boy, the Bulldogs coach had some pressure on him.
They did.
They just couldn't get to him.
Well, and Owens had protection early. Was waiting on perhaps separation from the receiver and the defender. Didn't get it, and that's when the pressure from McKinley, created a second set of circumstances that DeJuan needed to escape the pocket, and I believe that was a throwaway rather than an attempt at a completion.
Yeah. This time.
Jet sweep.
Yep, nothing going there. Can he get out of it? He does, but really not much as Wiggins gets pushed out of bounds and about maybe a yard. Let's see here where they mark it.
Yeah. They had him 7 or 8 yards deep in the backfield and couldn't get him on the ground.
So he got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, so brings up 3rd down and 9. Owens going to get the play call now. Going to go 2 receivers near, two on the far side. And there's a little bit of confusion there. I think the Tigers wanted to think about it.
Play clock was running out.
So timeout on the field.
The play clock, I believe, was about to expire. And
was it?
Okay. Get a delay, yeah. So they prevented a penalty by taking the timeout. First one for Massillon. Yep.
So I want to remind everybody, the Browns take on the Colts. 11:30 pregame, 1 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. Probably going to see Deshaun Watson. Looks like he's been practicing and might be ready to go. So the Browns and the Colts on Sunday. Right now, the Buckeyes and the Nittany Lions are playing in Columbus, and that is a 10-6 score down there.
We'll find out by this third down call whether Massillon intends to make this a third and fourth down attempt to convert their first down.
And Owen's got running room. He's got the first and more. He goes down inside the 30-yard line to about the 27-yard line. So the Tigers move the chains.
And we're waiting here, guys. Should have had our food fight reveal there.
I was wondering about that, Billy. I almost said something, but I thought maybe they're going to do it.
We're waiting on the PA system, so we may have to wait one more time out. We
All right.
appreciate everybody who did donate either canned goods, food, or donated with money. All that goes to benefit not just the Massillon-McKinley, of course, little rivalry there, but Stark County.
Yep. So can McKinley keep the trophy, or can Massillon take the title? And wow, talk about moving the pile right there.
He moved it for no less than 8 or 9 yards.
Yeah.
And we had a second penalty flag thrown late, post play.
That was Pringle. Pringle getting up a little slow. And did I see a flag come down as well?
There are two. One near the 20, and then there was another one thrown later in the play.
Getting back to what, while they're sorting us out, what Billy was saying about the food fight, that certainly, helps the Stark County Hunger Task Force. Everyone wins, and want to thank everyone for donating all week long and, before that as well, to that great cause.
Personal foul. Defense. Both penalties will be enforced.
So they're going to enforce both penalties.
One was tripping, am I correct? And the other is unsportsmanlike?
I think McKinley loses after all that, though, don't they? So it'll be first down. They're going to mark it at the 13-yard line. Yep. All right.
2-back set. 2 tight ends.
There's our guy Michael Wright in there as well. And here is Pringle. And Pringle gets pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. So
Shakir Hatcher on the tackle for McKinley, preventing a touchdown.
He picks up about 5 yards. He's down about the 8-yard line.
Looking at 2nd and 5. McKinley could benefit from a turnover right here.
2 backs again in the backfield. Here's the big guy, Wright. Has some running room, and Wright takes it into the end zone. Touchdown. 8 yards out. Michael Wright Jr. with an 8-yard touchdown run, and the Tigers are back on the board.
McKinley answered with a 5-man front, trying to cope with the beef that Massillon had in the backfield, and were unsuccessful.
Keller now on for the extra point. Don't forget, stick around halftime. We've got stats analysis, got a couple interviews for you as well. Going to be joined by the mayors of both these towns. Extra point is up, and it is good. 9:57 to go here in the first half, and the Tigers have taken a 21-point lead. We'll be back right after these timeouts.
We provide both service like preventative maintenance on your local residential house. We provide custom ductwork. We do residential and commercial HVAC, and we do refrigeration for restaurants, for gas stations. We can fix your furnace, or we can fix your rooftop at your place of business. And you want someone that's experienced and done it all to make sure your home is comfortable and the temperature you like it.
Back here at Thom Benson, Frank Cilona, former McKinley coach Thom McDaniels, Billy Beebe down on the sideline. The Tigers put one in the end zone, and Coach, you've got that Sarda scoring drive.
This is a recurring theme here. Massillon had the ball for 5 plays. The drive began on McKinley's 49-yard line. They only possessed the ball for 1 minute and 55 seconds, but they got a half a field to cope with. 8-yard touchdown run by Wright. The extra point was also good. Massillon has a 21-0 lead with 9:57 remaining in the second quarter.
Now they're going to assess. There was a personal foul penalty after the touchdown. Bob tells us that is the 12th penalty in the first half.
6 on each team.
Six on each, yeah. Bob Jeffries, our fine statistician. We've got 2 of the best within about 20 yards of each other here in the press box. Our radio crew down the way has Denny Kincaid.
Massillon presented with another opportunity to attempt an onside kick or a pooch.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
With great field position on the kickoff. They surprised them with the onside kick the last time. Really well executed.
This one's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So McKinley will have it at their own 20-yard line to start this drive. 9:57 to go here in the first half. And, Coach, I hate to really say this early, but is this a key drive for McKinley? They've got to get something going here.
Well, they have to be kind to themselves. They need to execute, need to take care of the ball, need to avoid penalties, and a sustained drive, even if it took a lot of time off the clock. That'd be good for them.
Yeah.
In any kind of score, but they've got to end this possession with a score. I think, yes.
So the Bulldogs, Rhodey looking, throws deep, has a man, overthrew McClellan, and he had him that time.
Massillon had a 3-man rush. Keaton Rhodey had plenty of time. He threw a post pass that could have, should have been caught, but it wasn't.
So brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. McKinley is, you can see there, in the gray pants, black or red shirts with the black trim or black numbers, white trim. Went with the gray helmets this week. There's a pass out, caught. That's McClellan. McClellan got to about the 25-yard line, and that is it.
McKinley brought pressure from the boundary side from an outside backer. He didn't get home. He didn't get to Keaton before he threw the ball. 3rd and 5, and at some point I'd go back and throw that post play that they dropped.
Yeah.
I'd go back to that because they clearly beat McKinley or Massillon deep, and he was wide open. So not necessarily on this particular play, but I think they've got to go back to that.
So 3rd down and 5 from their own 25-yard line. Got a player had to come off there. We're going to substitute.
Because McClellan might have just come off there.
Yeah, I don't know, Billy, if you get a chance, maybe check on him. I don't know if...
He's grabbing his right knee as he hopped off there. Let's see what's up.
There's Rhodey, whistles blow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play was blown dead, but Massillon had 6 people involved in the pass rush. Keaton was going to have to get rid of the ball quickly in order to get rid of it at all. But we've got a penalty on the play.
So it's going to move the Bulldogs back. Still 3rd down, though, but again, a manageable 3rd and 5 now becomes 3rd and 10.
Right here, Frank, big drive, big play. No McClellan, no Nino Hill on the field.
Yep.
Looks like McKinley's going to remain in that empty set, which again, it's either got to be a quarterback run of some type or it's got to be a ball that gets thrown quickly. Massillon with a 3-man front, bringing an additional 2. So they've got a 5-man pressure.
They got to him.
Yeah, they did.
Michael Wright Jr. Man, he's had
another penalty.
Yeah. Oh boy, they've certainly got to clean this up.
They're calling it.
It's going to go on Massillon.
Yeah, they're pointing.
That's going to be a 1st down.
Pointing at the Tigers.
Regardless, just too many penalties. That's our 14th penalty of the first half. I know both coaches are going to go in the locker room, and it's going to be part of the discussion.
Defense, number 19. 15-yard penalty, that result.
Well, right there, Coach, you stop them, bring up 4th down, then you make a silly play like that.
And McKinley needs to take advantage of that mistake by Massillon.
So the Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10 now from their own 30-yard line.
McClellan back out there. It seemed like he was running all right. Did one more lap around the table before trotting back out there, Frank. So maybe just trying to get loose there after a hit.
A little bit of confusion right now as the
play clock's
down. Yeah.
Yep.
Bulldogs got to hurry. It's down to 10, and they're not even to the line of scrimmage yet.
There's still some uncertainty by the body language of the players on the field about what's going on.
Down to 3, 2, 1, and Antonio Hall says we got to take a timeout. Yep, and it's a smart call right there. Obviously,
well, you have to. I mean, Massillon's done it already too. They avoided a delay of play game, and McKinley's just done the same thing.
We're going to send it down to the field there, our PA announcer, as we now learn who won the food fight this year. Was it McKinley? Were they able to keep the trophy, or can Massillon take it away? Let's hear what they have to say.
A tradition like no other. Thank you to everyone for helping those in need. Breaking news, it's music to our ears. The winner of the 2023 1480 WHBC and Mixed
That's sort of what they average. McKinley averages.
Now the McKinley Bulldogs are able to maintain the trophy. So congratulations to McKinley as they win this year's food fight and they keep the food fight trophy.
Everybody wins.
Everybody does win, Billy, you're right. The Bulldogs now will have it. 1st and 10. Rhodey with time, throws, got a man. Keith Quincy breaks the tackle. There he goes, down almost to midfield. And, Coach, a great play call that time. You had blockers out front, and it's a safe play.
And you're throwing the ball to your leading receiver.
Yeah.
Got some blocking, an athlete in space. Forces his missed tackle and has McKinley's best play of the day.
Yep. Got it all the way out to the 49-yard line, so a pickup of 19.
Take advantage of the penalty by Massillon is what McKinley needs to do.
8:05 to go here in the first half. There's a running play. Good. That's Stephon Thomas. So Stephon picks up a couple. Brings up 2nd down and 8.
Which is fine. Which is fine.
Yeah.
Got to continue to bang the ball inside or off tackle. Make them defend the run too.
Now we've got
another penalty. This one on Massillon.
Yeah, that's going to go against Michael Wright Jr., who jumped across. He anticipated the snap count that time.
Yeah.
Didn't guess right, though.
He's the young man with 2 touchdowns.
He is, and a couple of big defensive plays too.
Yeah. Again, Massillon has exploited McKinley for the mistakes they've made, and McKinley's doing that now to Massillon. Have to sustain this drive.
And now we've got movement on the McKinley side.
My goodness.
Dead ball. Offense, number 11. 5-yard penalty.
Still in the 4th quarter down in Columbus. The Buckeyes maintain a 10-6 lead.
Wide receiver coaches get ulcers when wide receivers jump off sides.
Yeah. It's like, just got to look at the ball, right?
Yeah, look at the ball and move. Move when it moves. Don't even need to hear the cadence.
Second down and 8. There's a nice throw that time, timing pattern. And Quincy is pushed out of bounds just about a yard short. And we've got another flag.
And that was 1 man downfield. Offense.
Wow.
Number 4 was covered up. The 5-yard penalty. Second down.
So that's a misalignment.
Yeah.
That's a preventable mistake.
So the Bulldogs shooting themselves in the foot. Going to bring up a second down and 13. Over the years, we've had so many great players and coaches in this game. 2 of them are right beside me. To my left, the quarterback, Rick Worstell.
Has time.
Here is a throw, and this one's going to be intercepted. And the Tigers have got the football back with 7:18 to go in the first half. See that one looking for McClellan, but he overthrew him, and good defensive play there.
Yeah, he put that one high, Frank, and it became a foot race to see who could get that first. McClellan slowed and tried to track it.
Yep.
Massillon defender kind of stayed with it, kept pace, and picks it off.
Yeah, Billy, you're right. The receiver was going to have to make an adjustment to the ball, but that's sometimes what they have to do. You know, all quarterbacks can't be pinpoint accurate, but he put it up, and he expected a talented receiver to make an adjustment to the ball to make a difficult catch. Didn't happen.
There is a handoff to Gamble, and Gamble still on his feet. Flags down, helmets on the ground. And the Tigers are probably going to have to come back here. Now you're going to have to send the player, I think that's Snodgrass, who lost his helmet. He's going to have to come off the field, but you can see here Gamble breaking tackles.
Excellent run, excellent effort by him.
Let's see what they sorted out.
Dead ball. I'm sorry. Live ball. Personal foul. Defense, number 14. That'll be added to the end of the run. First down.
Boy, oh boy. So the Bulldogs not doing themselves any favors.
I didn't see it. I don't know if that one shows up on film, but I did not see that.
Yeah. We had some, like I said, I mentioned we had some great coaches over the years. You see Paul Brown, Earl Bruce, some of the guys that coach in this game. Terry Forbes.
He brought me here.
Yep. And, well, let's take a look at him again. Here's Paul Brown talking with the guys back over in Massillon there. See Earl Bruce and his staff. All 2 years at Massillon, never lost a game. There's Terry. And then the guy standing beside me, Thom McDaniels. 2 national championship, 2 state championships here at McKinley. As we've got a timeout on the field. Let's send it downstairs to our guy, Billy Beebe. And Billy, that's talk about shooting yourselves in the foot. That the Bulldogs right now have got you're on the Bulldogs sideline. I mean, how much discussion is happening? Do you hear anything from the coaches or anything down there?
Well, specifically for Antonio Hall, he wants the little things changed. You know, I'm not seeing him as much as when the drive ends, Frank. It's on that 2nd and 7 when that block doesn't happen, or on a 3rd down when they need to change something. He'll try to out-grab a player real quick. You know, you can see him teaching the little things. Hey, you didn't do that block towards the end. You didn't get off your man quick enough to get open for a pass. So certainly he feels like the little things lead to the big things right now.
All right, Billy, our sideline report brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. So Massillon will have it 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line, and that was just a misconnection right there. He had the receiver Tolles open, just missed him.
Yes, and McKinley's defender was backpedaling prior to the snap, so he was given the receiver, you know, a huge cushion to work with, and the quarterback in an accurate pass creates the 2nd down and 10. One of the few mistakes Massillon's made in the technical execution of the game today.
2nd down and 10. There's Gamble. Boy, Gamble can get through a hole. Oh, boy, he's still on his feet inside the 20-yard line and tackled at about the 19. And Jameer Gamble, coming into this game, he had 63 carries for 473 yards, 3 touchdowns on the season. But he's breaking some big plays here this afternoon.
They're running it when they want to run it, and they're throwing it when they want to throw it.
And we've got a whistle. Not sure what that is. Looking at one of the Tiger players, are going to ask him to come off the field. I'm not sure what Tolles.
Equipment issue, maybe?
Maybe equipment, yeah.
The back judge is the guy that recognized whatever that transgression was.
Yeah. Looking at him on the sidelines, looks like he's fine. I don't know. So 1st and 10. There's the handoff. And that time Gamble goes nowhere. Coming up is Hatcher.
Yep, great defense by McKinley. Multitude of players in on the tackle. They need to do more of that.
Coach, at this point, 21-0. Tigers, if they were to put one in here, I hate to say it's out of reach, but right now Bulldogs really haven't done much offensively to convince me otherwise.
No, they've got to keep the game manageable in terms of the point differential. They need a stop. And more importantly, they need a clean offensive position.
There's a handoff again.
Good, great.
Good job that time defensively, keeping Gamble intact.
Yeah, and Gaggle Bulldogs in on that tackle. That's good team defense. That's setting up a 3rd and long situation. You know, prior to this point in the game, you know, it depends upon the formation Massillon deploys, but you know, the quarterback draw has been good in this situation. And again, they're in 4-down territory, so they don't have to get all of this in one play. They're 2-by-2 here, 1 back in the backfield, behind and left of the quarterback. Throw the quick screen to
Carter has it, and now we've got, well, one, I don't think you're allowed to hurdle anyone, so that might be the penalty.
Yep.
Let's see here. I believe that's what they're going to call. It was pretty quick on the call.
It's a logical play call, too.
Yeah.
A quick pass to a talented receiver in space. And if that got half of it, that sets up the 4th and 5, and they can choose to kick the field goal or go for it. But
Number 7. That's a 15-yard penalty.
That's a personal foul when you hurdle someone, huh?
That takes them out of field goal range, I think,
sure
too.
Does. So that's going to be a costly penalty all the way back to the 30-yard line.
some of that's been taking place with both teams today. Costly penalties.
So 3rd and 21. They need to get all the way down to the 9-yard line for a first down. Clock at 5:06 here in the second quarter. Owens with time. Oh, he's got a man wide open at the 12-yard line into the end zone. And for the score,
number 8. We got to look that one up.
We don't have a number 8. So nice job there by the Tigers, looking for a man downfield, and they found him. See if we can. That is Chris Lewis Jr. who made the catch and the score.
He also made a nice move after the catch to get it into the end zone.
There is Keller for the extra point, and Keller puts it through the uprights, and with 4:59 to go here in the first half, the Tigers have extended their lead to 28. We'll be back right after these timeouts.
If I was a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid right now, you couldn't stop me from working. But I want to know, what did you make your very first job?
Baling hay for the local farmer, George Marshler, and it was $1 an hour.
My first job was fertilizing lawns, making a whole $3.40 an hour. 1988.
The year was 1960. I was working at the Lincoln Theater as an usher for 45 cents an hour.
It's Jordan Miller, live and local, 10 to noon Monday through Friday on 1480 WHBC.
Back here
hard to be
at Thom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, Frank Cilona, along with Coach Tom McDaniels, Billy Beebe on the sideline, and Bob Jeffries, our statistician. And Coach and I are just talking here about this first half, just really the Bulldogs really shooting themselves in the foot here. And it's something that they've got to clean up, certainly, to start that second half. They've got about 5 minutes here, 4:59 to go in the first half to maybe put something on the board or at least have a good drive. There's the kickoff taken all the way back to about the 27-yard line, and that's where McKinley will start this drive. And, Coach, you've got that SARTA scoring drive for us.
Yeah, it's an interesting scoring drive because the drive began on McKinley's side of the 50-yard line, but the total number of yards covered in the drive was 86 in 6 plays, took 3 minutes and 19 seconds off the clock. 30-yard TD pass from Owens to Lewis, extra point again good. Massillon 28, McKinley nothing. 4:55 left in the second quarter.
Down at the Horseshoe in Columbus, the Buckeyes have taken a 13-6 lead in the fourth quarter. Browns, Colts on Sunday, 11:30 pregame on 1480 WHBC, 1 o'clock kick. There's a handoff. For about 5 yards is Thomas.
Dorian Freeman, number 3, combining with Chase Bond, number 92, the tackle. Gain of 5, second and 5, ball to 32.
So it'll bring up second down and 5 for McKinley.
Take the time to get it right.
Rhodey. Oh, took a face mask that time.
Hope he's okay.
Yeah, that snapped the head back there and their players are calling for the training staff. Rhodey's up, but Billy, I'm not sure where you're at down there, but I don't know if you had a good view of that. looked like pretty awesome.
Yeah, and that was a momentum grab, too, the defender running by Rhodey as he grabbed his helmet. So that one's going to hurt a little bit.
There you go. Yeah. Boy, we just saw it on the replay. That's ugly. Hope he's all right. Looks like he is.
Massillon player had pressure and was targeting Rhodey, and Rhodey moved, and Massillon's player reached out with a hand to try to get a hold of something, and got the face mask, which is not what he intended. I would imagine, but the result is a first down and a new set of downs for McKinley near the 50-yard line.
4:13. They got plenty of time, so the Bulldogs need a drive here. 4 receivers in the pattern. I'm going to go with a running play to Thomas. And Thomas still pushing and still moving. Finally, they get the pile stopped.
Good gain. 2nd and 5 or so. Sustain this. McKinley needs to sustain this.
Got him all the way up to the 46-yard line. So 2nd down and 3. Thomas back into the ball game. Going to go 4 receivers again. Going to go Quincy far left side. And now we've got an offsides by Massillon. Going to give him the first down. So, take it, Coach, right?
Yep, take it. Absolutely.
That ball. Encroachment. Defense, number 73. 5-yard penalty. Result. First down.
Massillon coming into this ball game with a record of 9-0. They have played an incredible schedule. I think they played 1, 2, 3 teams, I think, 4 teams from out of state.
And they're forced to do that.
And they are.
Because people won't play them. Yep.
They play some of the best in the country and in the state.
Oh, my, wide open.
Oh, boy. Didn't want to take that. All the way back to the 49-yard line is where Rhodey's going to go down.
He had a wide open receiver that he didn't have time to get the ball to. I think that's Vasquez, but he was open by 15 or 20 yards. But Keaton Rhodey had immediate pressure, never got his feet set, wasn't his fault.
Clock moving, 2:31 and counting. Bulldogs with 2nd down and 20. There's Thomas. Stephon Thomas takes it to about the 46-yard line. Pup's going to have to get a little bit tempo going here with the clock moving down close to 2 minutes.
I'd be satisfied if they ate up the 2 minutes and scored at the end of it.
Yeah.
And not give the ball back to Massillon.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that that's what's happening, but at this particular point, they need to get this sloppy half behind them, hopefully with a score, to be competitive.
They have an opportunity now. 1st down and 15.
Got him.
Got a man wide open at the 34-yard line. And that is Thomas, takes it inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. So nice job there. Keaton Rhodey kind of staying with it, Coach. That time he stayed with it and found a receiver.
Yep, that's not a scripted play, but it's great improvisation on his part. He had to run for his life and had the wherewithal to look upfield and find an open guy. It was a tailback, it was a check down, and it's a chunk play for McKinley and a 1st and 10 inside the 30-yard line.
So marked at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10, McKinley. McClellan has some running room, got the corner. Now they're going to throw a flag, and I think they're going to call hold there, Coach. I'm not sure if that was a hold. We'll see on the replay, hopefully, but I got a feeling I think I saw what that flag was for.
Yep, that's an early indication from the official on the Massillon sideline. I was happy that it wasn't a pass play because one of the McKinley outside receivers covered up a McKinley inside receiver, and we'd have had an ineligible downfield. But it was a run play, and so that's not illegal. I did not see the hold.
Let's see here if we can maybe take a look at that replay again. Right there, they're going to get
two.
Yep. That is Vasquez.
Yes, it is. And it was a hold.
So the Bulldogs now 1st and 20. The ball at the 33-yard line. They need to get it all the way down to the 13.
Empty set, bunch trips to the field.
Oh, that one was knocked down by number 92. That's Chase Bond. Got his hand on that one.
Yeah, he's the edge rusher to the left of Massillon's defensive front, and he was upfield, had great penetration, and in a position to knock it down. Which that's an issue when you're throwing the ball laterally on those wide receiver screen plays that people run.
So 2nd down now on the incompletion. The clock is stopped. 57 seconds remain. Going to go trips now on the near side for McKinley.
Massillon
showing blitz.
3-man pressure, adding 2.
And Brody was lucky to get that one off. A couple guys in his face.
Well, it's a 3-man defensive front, and they added 2 backers, one an outside backer, an inside backer to the rush.
There's no foul for grounding.
That's 5 rushers for 5 offensive linemen, and they've got to be up to that task.
Is this a good time, Coach, for a screenplay? Seeing that they like to, I mean, they're coming with their ears pinned back.
Well, the only screens that I've seen McKinley run are those wide receiver screens.
Yeah.
You know, the historical screen to the back.
Right.
You know, that might be a timely call if they have that in their playbook.
Mm-hmm.
They're an empty set. Again, the ball's going to have to go quickly. Massillon again, either bringing or bluffing. They're bringing.
They're bringing
2
it.
backers from the second.
And Rhodey steps out of it, still on his feet, and he's running out of time and out of room. As guess who? Michael Wright Jr. is right there to make the play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, Michael Wright kind of took it a little too far after the play there.
Well, I think there might be one each way. Rhodey threw the ball down in disgust at the end of the play. I don't know if it was a late flag, post play, but there were 2 of them. So I don't know if we got 2 penalties or 1 penalty called by 2 guys. How many does that make now, Bob?
Dead ball. 12 on McKinley.
12.
Number 1, spiking the ball.
They got Rhodey for spiking it, but they didn't see Wright on a little dance afterwards. But I didn't hear what Bob said there. How many penalties was that?
12 on McKinley. Massillon has 11. So
12 on McKinley.
Massillon has 11. We have 23 penalties in the game for over. It's for 225 yards.
Wow.
I've never seen this.
There is a line drive punt.
Kicked a spiral.
Yeah, he did. And he got a good roll all the way down to about the 11-yard line with 12 seconds remaining on the clock. And the Massillon Tigers will come out, I would suspect.
They get the ball. They get the ball to begin the half.
They do.
Correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I would imagine they take a knee at this particular point. Both teams need to go back in and regroup.
Don't forget to stick around. Halftime, we will have stats, analysis, and more. We got both mayors of Massillon and Canton will be here, and we'll have a quick chat with them and get their thoughts on today's ball game. They always have a bet between the mayors, and we'll find out what it is again this year if they continue to do the
what was wagered?
The wager, yeah. It's usually something fun.
Sure. Yeah, this looks like their take-a-knee formation.
The 99, Coach? Is that 99?
Yeah, their version of it. Correct. Nice job, Frank.
I learned something from you this year. That is going to run us down to 000. We are at halftime here at Thom Benson Stadium. Both teams making their way into the locker room. And, Coach, I guess before we send it to break here, your thoughts on that first half?
I mean, frankly speaking, it was a sloppy half, by both teams. The number of penalties and the yards assessed speaks to that. Massillon took care of the ball better and got enough chunk plays, to move the ball down the field and get at least 28 points. Had great field position, but the penalties and the lack of great ball security by McKinley hurt their cause significantly. And if they can just cope with Massillon as the only opponent and not themselves in the second half, that's the only chance they have to get back in the game.
All right. We are at halftime of our Old Carolina Barbecue halftime report, as we'll take a break here, come back with some interviews and more right after these timeouts.
Around here, we like to cheer for the local team, and MCTV is here to connect you to the game. MCTV provides reliable high-speed internet and Wi-Fi. From checking scores online, to streaming games or watching replays, or even playing the game yourself, we've got the speed you need. Call today to add or upgrade internet service. We're connecting what matters most. MCTV. We go the extra smile.
It's Kenny and JT.
Can you lose one game and still play for a national championship? Yes.
No, not necessarily. You cannot lose a game in your division of the Big Ten.
He's got an opinion, and he has got an opinion. The Kenny and JT Show. Weekdays between 3 and 7 on WHBC.
The Earth is 70% water and 30% land. But the entire sky belongs to us. Copy that. Aim higher, man.
For over 60 years, John George's Deli Drive-Thru and Convenience Store has been serving up delectable deli trays for your special events. John George's has the perfect tray for your big game tailgate, house party, family gathering, little get-together with friends, or any occasion. Call and place your order today. Don't forget, every Sunday, get $1 off the Double Trouble. And visit their walk-in cooler featuring more than 500 craft beers, seltzers, and more. You'll find what you're looking for and so much more at John George's Deli Drive-Thru and Convenience Store.
Get your day started with Pam Cook. She's like your own personal smartphone, and she's fully charged. We're hands-free, news and information. 1480 WHBC.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
We provide both service like preventative maintenance on your local residential house. We provide custom ductwork. We do residential and commercial HVAC, and we do refrigeration for restaurants, for gas stations. We can fix your furnace, or we can fix your rooftop at your place of business. And you want someone that's experienced and done it all to make sure your home is comfortable in the temperature you like it.
Let's light up the town on November 30th. Enter for your chance to win a Sartor Holiday Lights Night on the town. To celebrate our 25th anniversary, we'll treat 25 winners to an evening of fun, food, and festivities in downtown Canton. Free bus transportation, $100 at a local restaurant, plus free Sartor merch. Enter at sartorlights.com. All part of Sartor 25. Happy Sartorversary.
If I was a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid right now, you couldn't stop me from working. But I want to know, what did you make your very first job?
Baling hay for the local farmer, George Marshler, and it was $1 an hour.
My first job was fertilizing lawns, making a whole $3.40 an hour. 1988.
The year was 1960. I was working at the Lincoln Theater as an usher for 45 cents an hour.
It's Jordan Miller, live and local, 10 to noon Monday through Friday on 1480 WHBC.
At AultCare, we care about your well-being and the importance of being well. You deserve access to the best in healthcare. With over 16,000 providers in network, AultCare makes it easy for you to find a local provider you can trust. Our services are focused entirely on you. AultCare's team of local physicians, nurses, dietitians, pharmacists, and more are available to help you navigate the healthcare system to receive the quality care you deserve. We take your healthcare personally because you matter.
And welcome back here to halftime here at Thom Benson Stadium. And now we're surrounded by the leaders of both these communities, Massillon, Canton, Tom Burnaby, Kathy Catazero Perry. Mayors, we've got 23 penalties in the first half. 28-0. Kathy, your team is up front. Talk about what you saw in this first half from a fan's perspective, from a mayor's perspective. What did you see?
Well, I can tell you they're both fighting. They're both fighting to win the game, and but the penalties are, quite a few.
Yeah.
And but it's all of everything that's been pent up all week long. All the things that we go through, all the lunches, the dinners, the breakfast. They're anxious and they're showing it. They each want to bring home a win for their school. Yeah,
and Tom, I know it's been several years now since the Bulldogs have been able to win this game. There's some frustration built up, obviously, and that's part of it.
No, hey, we are here. It is halftime. The only question that I have for both of you is, this is halftime. The game will end 29-28 Bulldogs. Never
predictions.
Never ever surrender. Never give up. I don't care what you're doing, and that is one of the rules of football, right? You play the next down, you play the next play, and you play the series of downs, and you keep on going, and that's what we do all our entire lives.
Yeah,
so this is what this is also all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No. We saw you guys. I saw you yesterday at the Canton Rotary Luncheon, and we had a chance to say hello there. And there's so much that goes into this week. Certainly, this is where it all ends right here. But for the communities, we've got the blood drive, the food drive, all the banquets and things that happen, at the different events that happen all week long. And I know that, you guys are obviously a big part of that. What does it mean to the community? As a leader of the community, what does it mean to you guys?
Well, without McKinley, it's hard to be Massillon.
Right.
Without Massillon, it's hard to be McKinley. So I think it brings our, even though this is rivalry week, I think it brings our communities together even better.
And obviously, wherever you are, whatever level of football you are, whether it's the pro, college, or whatever, you need a great rivalry to bring out the best of you. And my hat's off to Massillon for an incredible season thus far, an incredible first half. But again, there's a second half yet to be played, and we will always stand by that. And there's a second half in our lives as well. And there's a next down. You've got it, right?
Speaking of which, I know that this is the end of your mayoral career. I guess you're not running again, or not going to be coming back. You're running for re-election.
I am.
And so we're going to have at least a new mayor in Canton, and hopefully we'll have the same mayor in Massillon. I'm a Massillonian, so I hope you continue to reign there. But what are your plans? What do you got going on? Got anything?
First I want to say, Mayor Catherine and I have had a great relationship, and I think she's done a great job in the city of Massillon, and I hope heartfully that she is re-elected.
Yeah.
But she's done a great job.
Thank you.
And that's got nothing to do with her football record or my football record.
All right. Any plans? Going to just take it easy and enjoy life?
I'm going to initially, because I've been doing this kind of stuff my entire life, and for the first couple of weeks at least, I'm going to go home and find out what my wife Beebe does all day long. Until she throws me out, that is.
Now, I know
it won't be long for him because he can't sit still.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us here at halftime. I know how much fun you guys all have with this and the rivalry. And Thom, I hope you don't have to keep wearing that Massillon Tiger jersey all the time. Well, you only have to wear it one more time if you guys end up losing today.
I would love to see her wearing that black and red one more time, and I may get her to put it on anyways and pose for a photograph for me.
There you go.
But I think that she may have to wear it this week anyways because,
you never know.
Let's go see.
I just want to say for Thom, this is his last Massillon McKinley game, McKinley Massillon game, however you want to say it. But he has done an outstanding job for the city of Canton.
Yes.
He's been great to have this wonderful rivalry with throughout the years. And although he's always had to wear the jersey, he has led with great character and great stamina and really has done wonderful things for Canton. So congratulations, Thom.
Okay.
All right. Thank you both.
And we thank WHBC for making high school football in Stark County the thing. Really. Without that and without your coverage, it's extraordinary.
Well, we're glad you're both here, and congratulations, many happy retirement to you, and much success to you. Hopefully, you'll repeat as mayor of Massillon. Thank you, guys. We'll take a break, and we'll be back for the second half. The Tigers lead 28-0 halftime.
With a half to go.
Go Tiger.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Let's light up the town on November 30th. Enter for your chance to win a Sartor Holiday Lights Night on the town. To celebrate our 25th anniversary, we'll treat 25 winners to an evening of fun, food, and festivities in downtown Canton. Free bus transportation, $100 at a local restaurant, plus free Sartor merch. Enter at sartorlights.com. All part of Sartor 25. Happy Sartorversary.
At Friends and Family Credit Union, you, the members, are the owners. Our friendly staff serves over 11,000 members, assisting with their financial needs and bettering their lifestyles.
Hi, I'm Gina, President and CEO of Friends and Family Credit Union, where we provide loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County.
Are you looking for something different? Stop in today to become a friend of the family.
It's all good at Loeby's Irish Pub and Grill. Good friends, good atmosphere, good food, good service, good spirits, good times. It's always all good at Loeby's Irish Pub and Grill in the Irish Square Plaza near the corner of Hills and Dales and Wales Road, across from the Progressive dealerships.
At AultCare, we care about your well-being and the importance of being well. You deserve access to the best in healthcare. With over 16,000 providers in network, AultCare makes it easy for you to find a local provider you can trust. Our services are focused entirely on you. AultCare's team of local physicians, nurses, dietitians, pharmacists, and more are available to help you navigate the healthcare system to receive the quality care you deserve. We take your healthcare personally because you matter.
Get your day started with Pam Cook. She's like your own personal smartphone, and she's fully charged. We're hands-free, news and information. 1480 WHBC.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
And back here at Thom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, Frank Cilona, Tom McDaniels, Billy Beebe, and Bob Jeffries. Here we are in our Old Carolina Barbecue halftime report, and I want to thank, first of all, both mayors of Canton and Massillon for spending some time with us here at the half. And they always have a lot of fun with this rivalry, and they've been great sports for many years. That we've been doing this, and we thank them again for spending some time with us. And Coach, back to football.
Yep.
You've got the numbers there. We're going to talk about that here in a second, but I haven't had a chance to look at them. I hope they're not as ugly as the first half has been for the Bulldogs, though.
Well, I think unfortunately they're going to be.
Yeah.
You know, because you know that kind of play results in these kinds of numbers. You want me to share what I have with
Absolutely.
you right now?
Go ahead when you're ready.
Yeah. For Massillon, DeJuan Owens played a major role in everything that's occurred for Massillon offensively today. 9 passing attempts, 6 completions, 86 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's also rushed for 62 yards on 7 carries. Jameer Gamble also in on the rushing attack for the Tigers. 6 rushes, 49 yards, no touchdown. Braylon Tolles, leading receiver, 2 catches, 45 yards, and 1 TD. For McKinley, Keaton Rohde, 9 attempts, and he wished he could have had more, but didn't have protection well enough to allow him to throw it more often. Had 5 completions, 63 yards, and he does have an interception. Stephon Thomas is the leading rusher for McKinley, 4 rushes for only 19 yards. And Keith Quincy, leading receiver, 2 catches for 25 yards. Combined stats at halftime, Massillon 28, McKinley nothing. Massillon with 143 yards compared to McKinley's -2, and most of that as a result of the sacks of the quarterback, resulting in negative yards. Massillon 86 yards passing, McKinley 63. Total for Massillon 229 yards, McKinley 61. First downs, Massillon 10, McKinley 6. Time of possession, interesting statistic here. Massillon 11 minutes, McKinley 13.
Yeah.
No turnovers by the Tigers, and that's a very telling number. McKinley has had 3. The most shocking number, I've never seen this before, in a game and a half. Massillon 11 penalties for 110 yards, and McKinley 12 penalties for 130. So that's a combined 23 total penalties for 240 yards in the first half of a high school football game, and never seen that before.
No, I haven't either, and that's a great point. Let's bring in our sideline reporter, Billy Beebe, downstairs. Billy, want to bring you in on this conversation. I understand, obviously there's a lot going on with rivalry games. There's the frustration and the taunting and everything like that. And I understand the coaching staff there had a little issue going into the locker room. And again, we probably understand that that's part of the situation here. But I know that it's getting a little testy down there.
Yeah, Massillon coming into the tunnel here, guys, and as they got into it. Something happened between the coaches and a fan. Now there's extra security over here, police, and the coaches having words with the fan with the players, and a little bit of a mess as Massillon comes in. Might be a vibe where they're just trying to get out of here in this second half if they're having those kind of issues. Yeah,
and Billy, you've been down there. I know you've been spending the time there on the McKinley sidelines, and that's a tough place right now. There's a lot of frustration with the Bulldogs right now. They can't get things going offensively. Sometimes when they make good defensive plays, they shoot themselves in the foot, and they have some type of penalty, unsportsmanlike and things like that. That's happened pretty much all day here in the first half. So, the mood, I guess, on the sidelines. I mean, obviously, I hope that the Bulldogs certainly can keep their composure here in the second half. And we got to think about the next game, guys, because this is the final game of the season, but both these teams are going to make the playoffs, so you've got to keep your cool and your composure, because if you're going to start playing in the playoffs, you've got to have a good mindset.
Yeah, I would actually say they've gotten a good momentum lift a couple times today, come back out on offense, and then something's happened, whether it be a penalty, like you said, or a turnover, or an overthrown ball or a drop ball, something that's just killed the momentum again. But props to McKinley. They've had multiple opportunities where they got their momentum back on track. See if they can do that with the whole second half.
Yeah, Billy, I'm sorry. Half the time you were talking there, I was hoping you weren't going to get hit in the back of the head with a trombone.
I know. Matt Fantone's in front of me. He looked a little worried for me, and I didn't want to look behind. But, that's part of the fun out here. Lots going on.
All right, Thom?
For both teams, the standard of play that you demonstrate, that either bodes well for the future or not so well, because you can't just turn it on and turn it off. And the first half was so sloppy that I know both teams have a playoff future,
right?
But neither team can last, playing as sloppily as this first half was played. Now Massillon, to their benefit, has not turned the ball over, and that's a huge difference in what has transpired here today. I mean, if they had turned it over, we wouldn't be looking at a 28-0 halftime either.
Yeah.
But before you can, defeat the opponent, you got to overcome yourself, and for McKinley to get back in it, that's what they have to do. They have to stop shooting themselves in the foot, and put multiple good plays back to back on offense or defense and in the special teams area in order to make this competitive.
Yeah. And, Thom, let me ask you this question, because I know sometimes there's some teams that have rivalry games that instead of week 10, they'll move it up to week maybe 5 or week 7 and other weeks like that because of the emotions and the things that happen in this game. Is this a good idea to keep it at week 10?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. No, we've got to get not just our teams and our players, but we've got to get our communities to settle down. I mean, I'm hoping that's an isolated incident, and that's a minority of one who made a fool of himself, in doing whatever it is that they did to Massillon's head coach. That's not allowable. It can't behave like that.
I've heard it said too, because of the emotions and the things that are going on in this ball game, it's tough to play next week. And you've done it. You've done it for how many years when you were the head coach here at McKinley? And it is. I mean, certainly you can speak to it. I would think that you get up, you get all the things that go on in the community, all the things that go on at practice. I mean, it's even tough to practice, I think, this week, isn't it, as a coach? But then you get here and you play in this emotional-filled game, and then you got to turn around next week and bring it back.
It was such a real thing that it was a stated goal, at some particular point in a season later on in my career, where one of our goals was to play well and win week 11. That was a preseason stated goal, and we were assuming to qualify, but we needed to do, and we did.
Mm-hmm.
We got over, and usually it happened after wins versus Massillon, where you laid an egg or played uninspired football week 11. So one of the goals was to play well and win week 11, and we learned to do that. But they moved the Orville-Worcester game from week 10 to week 1, and it's changed the rivalry significantly. And that was a historic rivalry.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't agree that they should move rivalry games from week 10. I think that's what you play for all season. You get to that game, and certainly I understand too that there's a lot of emotion that builds up to it. But you got to, as a team, as a coaching staff, you've got to be ready to play the following week if you're playing in the playoffs. And that's a good point that you make there.
Every week is the season.
Mm-hmm.
Every week is the season. That was our approach to it. I didn't do the 3-season approach. I did every week was the season.
Yeah. Well, both teams now make their way out on the field here, and Massillon will receive the second half kick as they deferred when the ball game started. They decided to kick, and they will receive here in the second half. Down in Columbus, the Buckeyes have a 20-12 lead with 29 seconds remaining in the ball game. So it looks like the Buckeyes will beat Penn State today. So it's a big win, or will be a big win for the Buckeyes here if they can finish out these last 29 seconds. Here we go. Second half is underway from Thom Benson, and the Tigers will start the second half with the football, and a flag. Oh, my goodness, a flag is down already as the return goes out of bounds. The returner goes out of bounds, I should say, and Coach, fitting that a flag is thrown the first play.
Unfortunately, and I'm not being critical of the officials. I think we've seen,
they're justifiable.
The violations are violations.
Got a hold.
Yeah, that's.
29, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Anytime a runner runs the ball upfield and inside and then bounces it outside, the likelihood of a hold, because as the defenders recognize that that's what's happening, they want to disengage from the blocker, and the blocker wants to sustain the block, and invariably, it happens a lot whenever a play bounces the outside like that kick return did.
Mm-hmm. So the Tigers on offense here. DeJuan Owens is the quarterback, and he's going to hand it off. That is Gamble.
There's a change for the Pups. They had a 5-man front on this particular play, and they began the game with a 3-man front. And so that's an answer perhaps to try to stop that running game that Massillon has done so well through the first half of the game.
And this is a key as well, Tom, as far as the adjustments that both teams make at halftime. And like you said, the Bulldogs right now with that 5-man front. There's a throw.
Pass is complete to number 1.
That is Tolles with the catch, and brought down immediately there by McClellan.
Massillon's answer to the 5-man front is a play-action fake and a throw to the receiver running a short hitch route, which sets up a third and very short.
So third down and just about a yard, if that. Late guy coming on for the Tigers. Zimmerman's going to make his way out, and now the Tigers have to call timeout.
Yeah, they've got a personnel issue taking place. They've got the 2 big backs in the backfield for the third and short situation. We saw them do that down on the goal line. I don't know if they have the right 11 guys on the field, so they took a timeout to correct that situation.
And again, once again, I want to congratulate the McKinley Bulldogs for keeping the trophy for the food fight this year. The Bulldogs have it again. They'll keep it in-house. And thank everyone who donated to that event. The Stark County Hunger Task Force wins, and everybody wins when you donate to that great cause of the food fight. Got the Browns tomorrow, 11:30 pregame, 1 o'clock kickoff. Might see Deshaun Watson. We'll see. He has been practicing, so all indications are he will be out there on the field. So the Tigers now after the timeout, 3rd down and about a yard. And they're going to go with Pringle, and Pringle going to pick up the 1st down and a little more. But he's tough to bring down. He did not want to go down, and guess what? Another flag.
He's 280 pounds, correct?
Pringle?
Yep.
215.
No, I'm
215,
sorry.
yeah.
No. That was the other big back that they had in the backfield, 45. Who brings 280 pounds into the backfield on a 5'10 frame.
Yeah, McKinley thought they were going to get away with a punch to the helmet there.
Oh, boy.
And the ref was right in front of it, so that was not going to fly.
Guys, we have a United States Air Force Aim High Play of the Game that we award every game that we do, and we'll have to keep that in mind tonight. And maybe if we have a play without a penalty, we can award that one.
Well, we'll look for one, okay?
That might be it. So the Bulldogs charged with a personal foul, takes it all the way up now to the 45-yard line. And the Tigers with DeJuan Owens in the shotgun. Going to send Zimmerman in motion. And hand it off to Gamble. Gamble gets it close to midfield. Got a Bulldog down. Oh, he's up. He's okay.
Pringle had the 1st down on the previous play anyway. The 15-yard penalty just gave Massillon even better field position, but they did convert the 1st down.
2nd down and 6 now for the Tigers. Clock rolling here in the 3rd quarter, 10:20 to go.
Massillon being very deliberate here early in the 3rd quarter.
Here's Gamble. And Gamble gets it to about the 46-yard line. And, well, they're going to move him up. They're going to say, well, maybe not. They're going to. I thought they were going to move him up to about the 45, but he's going to be just short of the 1st down. Brings up a 3rd down and very, very short.
He's quick enough to bounce a play like he did on that play. He's quick enough to bounce it outside. He just ran out of real estate because he was running into the boundary.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that McKinley players have lost a step since the beginning of the game when he tried to do that and was not successful.
Yep. There's the big guy Wright, and Michael Wright Jr. picks up the 1st down.
It's all about results. It's all about efficiency. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's a physical form of advancing the ball. Got a lead back, big back carrying the ball. Offensive lineman coming off the line, and that moves the chains.
After this play, we'll check in with our Billy Beebe down on the sidelines and get his thoughts here. Owens has time, but now he's running out of it, and he's running out of bounds. So a good job there defensively, Coach. And
McKinley brought an extra defender off the edge from the boundary. DeJuan escaped to his left, and he's a left-handed thrower, so that's to his benefit. And he left a wake of McKinley football players on the ground as he ran out of bounds. But he avoided the sack and gained a yard on the play.
All right. Well, we'll go down to Billy here after this play. 9:37 to go. Owens going to fire it out there. And going out of bounds is Carter, just short of the 1st down. Let's send it downstairs. Billy Beebe, brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. Billy.
Well, guys, McKinley looking to get a stop here on defense. They need it. And you can tell a little bit on the Massillon offense. They're taking their time. They're not pushing the big play. A real attempt to kind of kill clock, but also execute a strong offense.
Well, and Billy, the thing you mentioned a little bit ago about maybe just kind of sticking to that running game, keep the clock moving, get in and get out of here.
Well, they're deliberate in their tempo too.
Put Zimmerman in motion. Going to be a halfback pass, and that one is going to overthrow everybody. Actually, I said Zimmerman. That is Carter who threw the football, and Jaquez Carter wasn't able to connect that time, so an incomplete.
That play calls suggests that no lead is big enough.
No.
That's a handoff to a running back who then throws a halfback pass into the end zone, incomplete. But and I subscribe to that philosophy too. No lead is big enough.
Right. We've seen it so many times, Coach, where big leads have been lost. You certainly don't want to continue to embarrass your opponent, but you certainly want to respect them by giving yourself a lead that they can't come back from. So a timeout on the field. And, Coach, talking about next week, we've got Massillon going to be the #1 seed in Division II. They're going to stay home and play all their games and in the comfort of Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. And
to some particular point, right, in the playoffs. Then don't they go neutral sites eventually?
Eventually, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But nice comfort to have, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Important, critical down here, 4th and short. Massillon had lined up, with big backs, and it appeared, the personnel suggested they were going to try to run the ball here and get a first down. It would be a meaningful stop for McKinley if they could deny him this first down on the 4th down attempt.
So it'll bring up a 4th and 2.
Massillon's got a tight end and a wing, big back bodies, and 2 backs, big back bodies in the backfield.
Here's Pringle. Pringle going to pick up the first down and more. And Pringle out of bounds. Boy, they're still jawing down there. Still giving each other something, a little something extra.
Well, Pringle has to love running behind the big bodies.
Mm-hmm. 9:18 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter.
Good 4th down call, and it moves the ball to McKinley's, 21, 22-yard line?
Yep.
Same personnel in the game, big backs.
There is Wright, and Michael Wright Jr. goes down, and the flag now comes flying in. It's going to go against the Tigers. So we had 23 penalties in the first half. And that's our 3rd here in the 2nd?
That's actually a penalty of a legitimate kind. It's a holding call, on a running play.
Mm-hmm.
First down 20.
So 9-12. And the Bulldogs, or the Tigers, I should say, now 1st and 20. Here's a pass to Tolles, and Tolles showing his speed a little bit there, and he gets
tackle.
Got about half of it back.
Yep.
Gain of 10. 2nd down 10.
So it brings up 2nd down now and 10 for the Tigers as they continue to march. Here is Gamble, and Jameer Gamble gets tripped up. Got a flag down.
Indication of a face mask.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense, number 54. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So McKinley not doing much here in the 2nd half to help themselves as they pick up another penalty. And I agree, Coach. I mean, if these teams got to play and advance in the playoffs, you just cannot have all these penalties. There is Gamble. Gamble gets it to the 5.
I was hoping the plague of penalties was just a first half thing. I was hoping so much for that.
First half nerves, but no.
And 51 is Marcel Watts. Second and goal, ball at the 5.
You are watching our AultCare YouTube game of the week. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Here is Gamble. Gamble trying to fight his way to the end zone, gets to about the 1 yard line, and that's where it will end. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Michael Wright Jr. come running into the ball game. Doesn't look like it.
Nope, they feel like they can get it in with the personnel they have on the field right now.
So you got Gamble and Pringle in the backfield. Check that. That is just Gamble.
Ends.
Yep. Oh, nice defensive play that time, coming through and making the stop for the Bulldogs. And that is Dante McClellan. He came in untouched that time, Coach.
Sideline warning. McKinley.
Oh boy, now they're warning the sidelines.
What was that?
It was a sideline warning for the Bulldogs.
The ball's inside the 5, and the nearest McKinley sideline personnel group is 15, 20 yards away. My goodness, I
don't even know how they saw him.
Don't think I'd seen that before either. Big backs.
There's Wright. He's back in there. There's a handoff to Pringle, and nope, didn't get in.
Nope. Oop.
Well, the second effort does. Wow, we thought he was down, and he wasn't. And great job there by Dorian Pringle, and Pringle gets in for the score.
And we can't hear the whistles from up here. So I, too, thought the play was dead, but obviously it wasn't. It was a great second effort on his part, and he twisted out of a tackle and was able to fall in the end zone for the score.
The ball was loose on the ground there. Frank, one of the McKinley defenders, trying to kick it to get it out. He kicked it back into Pringle.
Oh, did he
into
really?
his hands.
Oh.
I missed that.
I didn't see that either. So Keller, the extra point is good, but I think they're going to get motion, yeah.
Yeah, procedure penalty on Massillon's kicker.
He started moving forward.
Yeah, he started his approach to the ball before the ball was snapped.
False start. Offense.
Yep.
Number 5. 5-yard penalty.
Now that's something you don't see too often, is false start on the kicker.
From a penalty standpoint, we might see everything there is possible.
Everything that can happen will happen.
We've got a quarter and a half to go. And the clock is running, obviously. We've got a running clock situation.
We do have a running clock. That is it's a good point, Coach. It's going to go a lot quicker than we thought. Extra point. Oh, boy. My goodness.
This is a repeat of what we saw McKinley do. Movement on their defensive line that's going to rush the extra point attempt. Entices somebody on the interior for Massillon to move, and you're going to back it up 5 yards and retry. And we saw this earlier in the first half where they backed it up, twice?
Yeah, 3 times.
3 times, pardon me, 3 times. That's a lot of enticement. If you can get, I hope it's not the same guy. I hope it's not the same guy that's responsible for that movement.
It could be a long week of practice for that young man.
Even this doesn't stop the clock.
No, you're right. It doesn't.
We're in the 4-minute region now.
The clock continues to roll.
No movement. Ooh.
Almost blocked, but it gets through, and the kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:45 to go here in the third quarter, the Tigers have tacked on another one, and they are starting to push this lead out. It's 35-0 Massillon. We'll be back.
At AultCare, we care about your well-being and the importance of being well. You deserve access to the best in healthcare. With over 16,000 providers in network, AultCare makes it easy for you to find a local provider you can trust. Our services are focused entirely on you. AultCare's team of local physicians, nurses, dietitians, pharmacists, and more are available to help you navigate the healthcare system to receive the quality care you deserve. We take your healthcare personally because you matter.
We've had a lot of penalties tonight, Coach, or today, I should say. But I know your memories of this ball game have been very special.
Yeah.
Opportunity when you get to coach both your boys.
Yep.
Both of them quarterbacks here at McKinley. As we take a look here at Ben and Thom, or Ben and Josh, I should say. There's Ben. He's coach down at Houston, the Texans. There's Josh. And back in the day, they look good. And there's Josh, head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Thank you so much.
And there you are. Big happy family.
Yes, it is. Very proud of them. I like playing against Massillon so much I went to Warren and we put him on the schedule. Rick Shepis and I got that done.
There
Collective effort.
There you go. Tiger's going to kick it off, and this one is going to be taken inside the 10. Oh boy. Not a face mask.
No.
That was a good tackle, and now we've got flags.
All they can do is call the penalty, and they did.
Yeah.
If they didn't throw the flag, they'd have a right to be upset. But they flagged the kid for the. Yes.
Yeah.
2 different ones too.
Yep. So now you've got coaches involved who are getting out there on the field, grabbing guys, telling them to get back, and we've got to settle everyone down. And Thom, while they're doing that, you've got that start of scoring drive.
Yeah, Massillon received the second half kickoff, and they traveled 84 yards in 15 plays and took 5 minutes and 44 seconds off of a running clock, and scored a 4-yard TD run by Pringle. Extra point again, good. Massillon has a 35-0 lead over McKinley with 4 minutes on the clock in the third quarter.
All righty. Well, we will see a running clock.
Are we going to see the ball move both ways here, or did they offset? Looks like it.
They offset.
They must have offset it.
Yep. So at the 24-yard line is where McKinley will start this drive. And again, we will have a running clock now that it is a 30-plus point lead.
McKinley's in a 3-by-1 set, trips to the field, single receiver to the boundary. I think it's a different running back in the game. I see it looks like 12. No,
that's Nino.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
Got it.
And while we're waiting here, Frank,
I
was just talking to Kenny Rhoda from our radio team down on the sideline.
Yeah.
15-yard plays, in essence, set. Start right here at 18.
On that last 4th and short, Kenny thought, and I thought I saw it too, I think the running backs played rock, paper, scissors to see who was going to run the ball between Pringle and Hall. So
I hope that's not true. I hope that's not true.
Oh boy. So Rhodey now with Hill, I should say, behind him, Nino Hill. That is going to be a pass and catch. Oh, nice catch that time by Keith Quincy.
Yep.
I've been impressed. We've had McKinley a couple times this year, and Keith Quincy has been one of those kids that he just makes big plays, plays hard, stays focused.
And he's a two-way guy.
He is.
That's a throwback player.
I really enjoy watching him play.
Well, the Quincy name is a common name for Canton and McKinley football players.
Here is Hill, and Hill not going anywhere. Good play there defensively by Dalen Pringle.
Yeah, and that it's a a power play. They pull a backside guard and tackle. They block down. McKinley's right guard, right tackle are the pullers on the play. Massillon did a better job of defending that blocking scheme than McKinley players did in executing it. It's a staple for people who run power football.
Correction on that tackle. It was Cody Fair who made the stop for the Tigers. Clock moving. 2:25. 3rd and 5 now for McKinley. Let's see if they can keep the chains moving here.
Massillon only rushes 3 and spies.
And Rody's going to go down.
Rody.
Speaking of Cody Fair, he just threw down Keaton Rody for a big loss, and the Bulldogs are going to have to punt it away.
5th sack of the game for Massillon.
Yeah.
They only rush 3. They only rush 3. Keaton may have escaped early.
Yeah.
May not have seen separation when he wanted to see it between the receiver and the defender, but he escaped early, and a secondary level player, a linebacker, actually made the tackle on the play, if I'm not mistaken.
I want to remind everybody, stick around after today's ball game. Billy Beebe will catch up with our winning coach, most likely going to be Nate Moore. There is a wobbly kick going to be hitting at the 39. Takes a nice McKinley bounce all the way up across midfield. And that's where the Bulldogs will down it. And the Tigers will have the football with 1:10 on a running clock here in the 3rd quarter.
So the clock does not run on a change of possession then? Okay.
No, it will stop, yep.
They'll ready it for play, and he's wound it now.
Someone told me earlier who Massillon would play here in the 1st round, and I totally forgot. I think it was Columbus Whetstone, but I'm not sure. They'll host a home game, certainly. And now we've got movement on the Tigers. Again, that doesn't stop the clock either. They want to remind everybody, too, that during the playoffs, we will still have Saturday morning huddle with Billy Beebe and Kenny Rhoda. It is sponsored by Dan Brocker's Import Automotive. It's live and on YouTube, also on our Facebook and our website as well. Don't miss it. Kenny Rhoda, Billy Beebe, with coaches, players, and more on Saturday mornings. And that one is going to be a sack and a loss.
Well, it was confusion about, between the quarterback and the running back about what was taking place. The quarterback looked to make an attempt at a handoff, and the back was not where he was supposed to be. I don't know who was at fault, but it was a bad play soon after he caught the ball from the center in the shotgun.
All right, that'll do it for quarter number 3 as we move to the 4th. It's been all Tigers all day. We'll be back.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
Let's light up the town on November 30th. Enter for your chance to win a Sartor Holiday Lights Night on the town. To celebrate our 25th anniversary, we'll treat 25 winners to an evening of fun, food, and festivities in downtown Canton. Free bus transportation, $100 at a local restaurant, plus free Sartor merch. Enter at sartorlights.com. All part of Sartor 25. Happy Sartorversary.
Back here at Thom Benson, start of the fourth quarter, and an incomplete pass and a flag down. Go figure.
And it's thrown in that area where holding is called. Again, whenever a quarterback escapes, it's just like a runner who bounces a play from inside to outside. Defenders react to that and try to disengage from the guy that happens to be blocking them. And as the player tries to disengage, the offensive player, grabs a hold of something to try to prevent him from doing that. It happens when players bounce plays from inside out. It happens when quarterbacks escape. It's not the play by design. The linemen don't know what the quarterback's doing. That's why I encourage quarterbacks to stay in the pocket, because the other 10 know what your intention is.
Right.
When a guy takes off and escapes unnecessarily, you're on your own. They have no idea how to help you. So they're not engaged in that play. Sometimes it's necessary, but never more than necessary.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to a couple of Hall of Famers over the years, and some offensive linemen that had scrambling quarterbacks, particularly Fran Tarkington back in the day, and they hated it because Fran used to scramble all the time. He said, and they would tell me, I think it was Ron Yeri told me one time, he says, we don't know where he's at. We don't know how to block. We don't know where he's going. So again, if you stay in the pocket, yeah, of course.
You teach blockers to be between themselves and the football,
right.
Be between the defender and the football. And in a play run as designed, you've got people doing that. They're putting themselves between the ball and the football, whether the quarterback's got it or running back got it. But when you improvise, that goes out the window.
Third down and very long here, and the Tigers going to run the football.
They got about half of it back, a little bit more than half.
And that is Mylan Lennox on the carry for Massillon.
They just added yardage to the punt.
Tyler Hackenbrack will come on and punt it away. He's got an injured player.
First time he's punted.
Yeah.
He's not been a busy guy.
Nope. Only on defense.
That's what you want from your punter.
So we've got an injury timeout. And again, I want to congratulate all the teams here in Stark County that have qualified for the playoffs.
We've got a bunch of them.
We've got a bunch of them. You're right. And we've got, after today, we'll have 2 undefeated teams here in Stark County. Congratulations to Canton South and Coach Dennison, Poochie Snyder, and all the players down there on a great season, 10-0 through the regular season. And if everything, again, holds true here, which it probably will, the Massillon Tigers will finish their regular season undefeated as well. So always good to represent very well here, Stark County. We've got many, many teams going to extend their season into the playoffs, and we wish them all very well, and we'll be covering them all on 1480 WHBC.
I think do we have 11? I'm counting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only see 9. 10. There comes another one.
I thought we were short one. I could just tell. I didn't even count. It didn't look like we had 11 bodies. I don't know.
Boy, kind of a Hackenbrack going to punt it away, end over end kick, taken and fumbled, and then fallen on at the 31-yard line. So the clock will roll here once it's snapped after the turn of possessions, and we've got 10 minutes and 11 seconds in this one. Again, want to remind everybody, stick around. Billy Beebe will check in with our winning coach down on the field. Always tough after this big game because everybody wants a piece of coach, but we'll get Billy down there. In fact, Billy, if you got your mic on, let's send it down to you real quick. Brought to you by our friends at Friends and Family Credit Union. And, this has been an interesting ball game, Billy. I know we've got more postseason to go, but, you've not been around the McKinley Massillon series that long. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it was funny. I was trying to explain it to my older brothers the other day, and I was showing them some videos, and they just didn't quite get it. And I said, why don't you tell me how many people you think go to these games? And they said, I don't know. You make it sound like a big deal. So 6,000, 7,000. And I said last year was 14.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that gave them a little gist of it. But
oh my goodness,
I love the pageantry of it. I like all the stuff that goes on during the week. But it's fun getting up this morning, guys, and getting excited. And, having everybody do the different things we do, getting on air early, getting over to the stadium, seeing all the people. And it really is fun, no matter what the score. If this rivalry goes on another 100 years, which, of course, I think it will and hope it does, it'll be just as fun 100 years from now.
Absolutely. Started in 1894.
And, Frank, Matt Fantone was doing his research. He wrote an article for Mix 94.1, and he was telling me it all began a beef over the railroad.
Mm-hmm.
Was the original controversy.
Yeah, because they moved everything to Canton, and the railroad going this way, and I think that was a big thing.
That's
Massillon was offsides. Yep.
And he's lined up over the ball. 19 penalties on Massillon.
19?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, that's double. That's double their normal amount. They average about 8 a game, and they got twice as many as normal.
Well, I think both teams coach this week in practice as they prepare for round 1 of the playoffs. Got to cut down the silly mistakes. There is a wide receiver screen. Quincy. And
I think
Quincy
he's got
takes
a first down.
He does. He picked it up at the 41-yard line. And they continue to jaw.
He took advantage of Massillon's ability to pursue, because when the ball goes outside quickly, there are 10, 11 white jerseys heading in that direction, and he cut back against the grain, allowed them to overrun him to get the gain that he had.
Clock continuing to roll. This one's been Massillon all day today. The Tigers from the start. They still don't have a play in. They're going to have to call timeout. So the play clock rolls down, and
I don't get it. That's one brother communicating the play to his brother.
Oh yeah.
The guy in the yellow shirt is the brother to the quarterback.
Oh boy. So the clock will stop at 7:02. Coach,
you'd think that failure to communicate would have been settled a long time ago.
You would think. Back to the coaching aspect of this. I mean, I know there was so much going on with you guys throughout the week for this game and preparation of the game. How different, though, did you coach it during the week?
Well, let me answer the week itself. Early on, I learned to tell the players, if we have a pep rally and it's a bad pep rally, that's not our fault. We're only responsible for the quality of play on the game on Saturday.
Yeah.
If the Rotary luncheon is a disaster, that's somebody else's responsibility. We're not. We're going to be there. We'll show up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do what they ask us to do. We'll eat. We'll say please and thank you. But we're not responsible for anything other than the product on Saturday afternoon beginning at 2 o'clock. And so, let's keep all of these other peripheral activities. Let's keep them in their place.
Right.
And so that's how we tried to manage the week. And what was the second part of that question?
And did you coach it differently? I mean, knowing that there was all this stuff going on, and did you get on them a little more because maybe they needed the attention to detail or keep the attention at practice?
Well, I can't tell you that every practice Massillon week, through all those years was a great practice, but there were good practices and there were bad practices, and
Hill with the big gain there, but a flag goes down.
We coached hard every play. again, every week was a season.
Yeah.
If we do something uniquely different the week of the Massillon game, then that becomes a distraction.
Yeah.
And the last thing we wanted to do was be distractions to ourselves.
Yeah. So it's best to just keep things as they were and
as little emotion.
Yeah.
Be as stoic and businesslike in your approach to it as you can be.
Mm-hmm.
That got better results.
Did you have to talk to the kids about the history of this rivalry, or is that something that they learned just from being there?
Well, I think they knew some of the history before they came to McKinley.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and every year they're in the program, they learn more.
Yeah.
You know, because
offense. Penalties decline. First down.
You know, some of it was formal learning, you know, about the game, and other they gathered by, you know, people like Charlie Bowersox, who had a conversation. He never had a conversation with anybody without, you know, sharing a gem, you know, from some time in McKinley's historic past. But you know, the kids that I experienced here had healthy respect for McKinley football, wanted to be Bulldogs, and wanted to be part of this game.
So the Bulldogs now 2nd down and 4. Again, 3-1 set, 3 on the far, 1 on the near.
Yep.
Brody with plenty of time and gets it to Hill and
Check down route. Sometimes that's better than a screen.
Yeah.
Because you don't involve your lineman in it. Sometimes the lineman can screw up a good screen play, you know. But when the back has blitz responsibility and doesn't have a backer come, he checks himself out into the route 4 or 5 yards downfield as an outlet receiver.
Yep.
And again, sometimes that's better than a screen. Ooh,
there's
bad
Hill,
exchange.
and did he lose the football? I think he got it back.
The back actually was at fault there. He moved before and didn't mesh.
Yep.
The back has to mesh with the quarterback because he has to catch the ball.
He did fumble the football, and now I think every flag that is
1, 2, 3, 4.
Every referee has thrown a flag on this play.
The back has to mesh with the quarterback because his focus is on catching the snap from the center.
Mm-hmm.
And when he catches it, he has to turn, and the back has to present himself in proximity so the quarterback can make a clean exchange.
Yep.
The running back did not do that on that play.
Inside arm up.
Inside arm up, yeah, that's key.
Yep. They pound that into you during junior high football.
Well, we would hope
learn
so.
Learn how to hand off the football.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 referees, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4. There was 5 flags thrown. The clock is running.
That's merciful.
Yeah. They're taking their good old time, and boy, oh boy.
They're resetting their dinner reservations is what they're doing.
Yeah. Again, remind everybody, in about 2 minutes or so, we'll try to catch up with Coach Moore. And Coach Moore from the Massillon Tigers. Billy Beebe will be down there.
They have set. First down.
I don't know, Coach, if we're even going to get a playoff. That clock is, finally stopped.
I don't know if this is intentional and we're just not in on it or not.
Oh, because it changed possession. There you go. That's why it stopped. Now it started up again. So
they ate some clock on that process.
They sure did.
I've never seen that before either.
Wow.
Massillon's going to be able to run this play, my favorite play.
99. There it is. So they run the victory formation. We'll try to keep an eye on Billy down there.
I knew coaches who didn't want to run this because it took negative yardage on their total yards for the game. That's good. I think if more coaches knew that, more coaches would run 99.
Yeah.
We practiced that.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did. We told the offensive lineman to protect themselves, protect the quarterback, and block it like a wedge.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Now, how much conversation is? I know that I've seen it in the pros where they've had guys mic'd up and they said, "Hey, we're gonna take a knee here." The referees have just said, "You know what? That's it, guys. We're done." They've called the ball game with 20 seconds remaining. I think they've had enough.
Well, Massillon was going to take a knee. They didn't
Right.
need to do it.
Right. So
why provoke a situation?
Absolutely. So Billy Beebe's down there. We'll see if we can catch up with Coach Moore. Both teams shaking hands and coaches meeting, and
let's hope this goes well.
Let's hope, and it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Jeepers creepers, this is terrible. This is terrible.
Well, Billy, be safe down there. Be careful. Yeah, cooler heads are prevailing on one side. They're still shaking hands and still got silliness.
I think in games like this, you forego the post-game handshake.
Yep. Let's send it down to Billy. Billy, I know you're down there in the midst of this stuff. I don't know what.
It started with some shoving guys, but now it's all the way on the Massillon sideline.
Oh boy!
Antonio Hall just got thrown into a bench.
This is the ugly part of it.
I was interviewed by a guy from the Clean Plain Dealer about this stuff. This is happening more frequently at high school events. This is
you got police involved down here too, guys.
Yeah.
This is a shame. This is a terrible shame.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And this is something that cannot let this happen. Cannot let this happen. I don't care who you are. And you see some of the
Massillon players pulling Massillon players away from taunting.
Right.
God bless them.
Yep. You got coaches very frustrated, telling their kids to get in the locker room. And what was an ugly ball game on the field is turning uglier after this ball game.
And it looks like Massillon's not going to celebrate. They're going to head right into the locker room.
Yeah,
well, they should.
As they should.
We need police again over here where they're entering their locker room.
Yeah.
They were dispatched to the field to deal with that mess out there.
And I don't know.
Yeah, that got a little scary, guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
That got a little scary down there.
What a shame.
We've got.
The police are running to grab somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't want them in the tunnel.
Oh, they're both in the tunnel, yeah.
Yeah, they don't want the players in the tunnel.
Why would they not want that?
Well, they're connected underneath there. Let's hope that doesn't carry on underneath.
In the bowels of the stadium.
Yeah.
It looks like Antonio went and got the police to have him come back out. He didn't want him in the tunnel together.
All right. Well, Billy, I think this kind of answers our question whether you're going to catch up with Coach Nate Moore, and that's unfortunately, silliness like this allows or doesn't allow us to do our job because we would, we have a job to do here, get comments from the coaches and the players and things like that, and unfortunately, we're not probably going to be able to do that. So I don't know if that's even going to be able to happen, if Coach Moore is going to come back out or not. I doubt it.
Yeah. Just a chaotic scene, honestly, guys. Now they got McKinley fans getting involved. And
Where are you, Billy?
I am down in the Massillon tunnel, right next to the Massillon tunnel.
He's down there on the
It looks like Massillon's
25-yard line.
in the tunnel, but they got a fan trying to run away. He was getting involved with the team, and it's just out of control, guys.
Go ahead, Billy. We've got you on camera there. Go ahead if you've got some thoughts, and I doubt that we'll catch up with Coach Moore, so go ahead.
Yeah, this is carrying over into the bowels of the stadium, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would calm down for a second, and then
What a shame.
unfortunately you had McKinley players running back over to the Massillon sideline, going back after him, and the whole pile got all the way back over to that Beat McKinley sign over there, so really chaotic. And then the police came out, separated everything. Massillon was headed back into the tunnel, and I saw Antonio Hall come running back out. He had the police with him, and I think they realized they didn't want both teams in the tunnel. That's when they got involved. So truly a chaotic scene. And like I said, it was honestly a little bit scary running around, and a lot of shoving, a lot of pushing. Police are running around, people are sprinting around, so pretty crazy down here, and not the finish you wanted either way.
No, not at all.
They're going to need him down here at the end of the stadium when Massillon goes to their buses. There's a crowd of McKinley people down there.
Yeah.
Laying in wait.
Well, there was a lot of things that post-game that we wanted to do, we could have done, and
yeah, I mean,
doesn't look like we're going to be getting any of that.
I'll say, Frank, that shot I usually get at the end with the victory bell, and it's always a great shot, and it's always fun to watch Massillon celebrate. The Great American Rivalry Series is here. They do a big presentation. I don't know that that's going to happen.
No.
At all, right now, if at all.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Billy. And unless something happens and we can catch up with Coach Moore, we'll come back to you. Otherwise, come on back up, and we'll wrap this one up from up here.
Okay. Ready
Coach, you've got the numbers. Let's hear them.
Yeah, individual stats. DeJuan Owens had 13 passing attempts with 9 completions for 109 yards and 2 TDs. A very efficient day as a passer and as a runner. Jameer Gamble had 12 rushes for 66 yards. Dorian Pringle 5 rushes for 44 and 2 scores. Braylon Tolles had 4 catches, 61 yards and a touchdown. Emmy Lewis 1 catch, 30 yards and a touchdown also. For McKinley, Keaton Rohde was 8 of 12, 80 yards, 1 interception. McKinley's leading rusher was Stephon Thomas, 4 rushes, 19 yards. Again, McKinley lost rushing yards on many of the sacks that Massillon had against Keaton Rohde. Keith Quincy had 4 catches for 35 yards. Final team stats: Massillon 35, McKinley nothing. Massillon with 189 yards rushing, 109 passing for a total of 298. McKinley minus 5 yards rushing. Again, that's a result of the negative run plays and the sacks. 80 yards passing, total of 75 yards in the game, 8 first downs to 15 for Massillon. Time of possession, 21 minutes and 32 seconds for Massillon. Time of possession, McKinley 26 minutes and 28 seconds, and most of that was with a running clock. McKinley had 4 turnovers on the day, Massillon none. And again, 34 penalties total. 19 by Massillon for 180 yards and 15 by McKinley for 182. And the post game was as bad as the game.
You're speechless as I am, Coach.
I am.
I really don't know what to say. I mean, this is simply, it started out ugly. It was ugly throughout, and it ended ugly. And that's, I'm being kind, because that certainly, does not deserve an ending like that, because, these teams certainly, this rivalry has gone on too long to not be able to, be civilized at the end and shake hands and go on your way.
I talk about respecting Massillon, and I do. But I think nobody needs to respect the rivalry more than the current participants.
Mm-hmm.
And this display today suggests to me that that's not the case.
Yeah.
And I feel bad about that. Because if you have high regard for being part of either program and high regard for being part of an historic rivalry, you don't behave like that. You don't do things like that.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I feel bad.
All right. Well, Coach, we're going to move on here and wrap this one up. Our United States Air Force aim high play of the game. We're going to go all the way back to the first play offensive play for the Massillon Tigers. It was a 36-yard touchdown pass on the first offensive play, Owens to Tolles, and that kind of set the stage today for the Massillon Tigers. They went up 6-0 there, and that was really it. I mean, they dominated from beginning to end for
in spite of themselves.
In spite of themselves. I mean, how many? I don't remember how many penalties there were. 19 for Massillon and 15 for McKinley. So when you have that many penalties, boy, oh boy, that is it. I mean, that really is the thing that really kind of started it, and it ended it for the Massillon Tigers. So that is our United States Air Force aim high play of the game. I would say final thoughts, but I think we've said everything we had to say, and we'll just say thank you. With our crew here today, did a fantastic job as always, and we want to thank them for all their hard work. Our production assistants today, Sam Mackall, Natalie Holbrook, our camera operators, Sam Fronsman and Evelyn Heyer. Our video producer is Casey Claxon, and Rich Nemeth is our on-site engineer. I almost said Dale Lamm, but I didn't see Dale today, and Rich was here and handling the duties as well.
Yeah, let me say that it was a pleasure for me to be a part of this, to work with you people at WHBC. I appreciate that.
Yep, absolutely. And thank you, Thom. And our stat guy, Bob Jeffries. Our sideline reporter is Billy Beebe. And I tell you what, it's been a pleasure for me as well, Coach. Our color analyst a few times this year, Thom McDaniels. Frank Cilona saying thank you. Our final score, once again, in the 134th meeting between the Massillon Tigers and the McKinley Bulldogs. It was all Massillon today. The Massillon Tigers 35 and McKinley nothing. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching the WHBC Sports AultCare YouTube Game of the Week. Brought to you by SARTA, Friends and Family Credit Union, Massillon Cable, Altman Hospital, CKP Heating and Cooling, Sarchone Ford, the United States Air Force, and Old Carolina Barbecue. Be sure to subscribe to the 1480 WHBC YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the great content you can get on demand.